Time, weather, and always pass.
Hello and welcome back to the MHOG podcast.
Always pass.
All right, welcome to Whine and Cheese.
Hello. All right, Bercies.
He's DJ Sprinkles on Not Real Radio.
Nothing is real.
Right. All right. No, I was getting ready to
Shut up, people. Shut up.
That's Mayday with the laptop tables and cables.
Hey, man, fuck you, all right?
Not Real Radio. Allie Amarina's here. And we don't have a chat room, so she's not in it. She won't be putting links in it. She won't be talking to you. She won't be taking your phone calls.
So really, I'm just not going to do anything except play on Facebook. Cause
Not
that's what I
Real
did
Productive
before.
or
Yeah.
Not Real Radio.
right.
I am the entertainment czar. I've been silent for 2 weeks.
Lots to say.
It's a long time for us all.
Yeah, I'll say.
We are at war, and this is Not Real Radio.
So it's not real war.
Tonight we're going to talk about the end of the Picklescoop show, the end of Whine and Cheese. Watch it, review of Constantine with Allie. Out with Allie will continue. You're still going to do that, right?
Oh, sure, why not?
We just don't know when. Have fun with that, Mayday.
I never do.
Not going to do stories from the wasteland tonight.
All right.
I was wasted in the wasteland, and I don't remember anything that happened. Thanks to the House of Goats last night, we will talk about them, review of that show. We went to 2 movies with the Elder and the Tuesday Night Movie Crew. We're going to talk about that.
Too much!
And what we hope for this new show, if it lasts or whatever this is.
Yeah.
This is just us being silent for 2 weeks and go, okay, we can't take it anymore.
Can't take it anymore.
Time for some Not Real Radio. Anything you hear tonight may not even be real.
Not real applause.
You're going to talk on this show.
I am.
Really?
A little more.
Okay. Well, good. Where's Pickle, man? I miss him already. This show sucks without Pickle. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a good show. That's right. Tune in next week to the Picklescoop show. Or Whine and Cheese, maybe.
Hello and welcome back to the MHOG podcast.
Look, all the people I tagged to this is the whole reason why they tuned in for the fucking drama, and it ain't Cerebral Con.
Oh.
And that's the only reason why people even listen to this show now. Any of the shows.
What, because all the drama?
Oh, they love it. There's only one thing people like better than watching somebody succeed, and that's watching things fall apart.
Right,
This is, I feel like Britney Spears with a bald fucking head.
They just like watching things, like
Other
instead
people's
of having to do.
problems.
Yeah, that's when they watch reality TV shows. They kind of just, I'll just zone out and live vicariously in this world. So basically, we're allowing them to live in the wonderful world of the Metairie music scene.
Yeah.
Isn't that a gift? You know?
So we're not on Picklescoop. We're actually in an undisclosed location. This is not, you can't even call this a studio. I don't know what this is.
Like a
Tables,
bunker.
cables, and laptops.
Right?
It's as bad as a zombies eating sheep show.
Mic stand malfunctions.
Right? There's a lot of things going down over here, man.
Yeah, we started with 3 arms holding these microphones up, and now we're down to one, which I'm sure mine will fall off in the middle of the show, and I'll fling it across the fucking room because I'm already in a bad mood.
Oh, we know.
I'm nervous as hell. This is horrible.
It does feel, I got to say, for being as long as I've been on the show, the Picklescoop show, it does feel a little bit weird for me.
The show's different without the us.
Yeah. It really is.
I can do some of that. You know, like I can
No.
kinda substitute.
No.
It's not the same.
I have some stories to tell that'll just be pretty drawn out. What do you think?
What?
I'm gonna tell some long fucking stories and just.
No, you're not.
No.
So why are we not on the Pickle Scoop show?
I don't know, man. See,
You
I
don't
miss
know?
pickle
Oh,
already.
yeah, nobody knows now. Huh? Everybody forgot. How convenient. Not real convenient. I need to look at my notes. It's kind of cool. We have up on a television behind us the actual notes. The first one is leaving Pickle Scoop. And it's got to be addressed. The weird thing is, as the week went on, the perception of it changed.
Really?
Like, as time went on, like, my initial reason, it, like, started to fade. I was very insulted to find out, listening to Whine and Cheese 16, I think it was.
Yeah. The
With
last one.
Dickie.
Yeah.
The new wine, it's
Right.
growing on the vine. He called every, fucking Cheese called every, like, cover band frontman he could to try to replace me. It's kind of funny. Like, who might sympathize with him? Some other money-hungry, grubbing bastards. I really liked Dickie until he became totally discredited by that show.
Hey, man, look.
Yeah.
He's staking up for Cheese. Like,
Yeah.
he's sitting there.
Did he really take up for him?
Yeah.
Oh,
But anyway,
he's just trying
yeah.
to be nice to Cheese.
We're going to
Come
save
on.
Wine and Cheese. That one's fun because I'm angry about it.
Can I
Pickle
say
Scoop,
something
I'm
too?
more like sad. Like, Pickle Scoop was something, I mean, it was 6 years I think we worked on it. I think that's the accurate amount of time. And it felt like 100.
It did. And I got to say, we went through it through kind of thick and thin. And I mean, I think I can count on the hand how many shows we either missed or had some kind of really catastrophic event, hurricane, whatever, happen to us, you know?
Oh,
Right,
went
and
through
those
a
were
lot.
the only times that y'all didn't do it. Even the
Yeah.
time we went on vacation and y'all did the show,
Right. A little early.
we
Yeah.
called in.
Oh, it's amazing. I'm going to call him now the Podfather. Pickle the Podfather. I think it's fitting for him.
No,
You know
yeah.
what happened to me? Like, somewhere along the line, it just became Kick Pickle. Like, that became the joke. And I think, man, we were doing harm to Pickle. We weren't doing, like, it became at a point where it wasn't even fun anymore, and you didn't feel like you were being productive or, you know, making a goof. It just became too much.
Right.
I started, like, not wanting to kick him, but then, like, I don't know what else to do. Like, he wants to be kicked. He sits over there going, please kick me. Like, I hear it. I hear a little voice.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he does ask for it sometimes.
But that's one of the reasons I started feeling bad. Like, I don't know what else to do with this. And then I feel like we hit, like, a peak. Like, I don't think it could get any more. It was probably right on the cusp of being successful, and I can't have that.
Of course not.
No?
I'm like the guys that work on cars, and they fix up this hot rod, and they spend years working on this thing and building it. And then right when it's done, they're like, all right, it's done. And it's sold. You know? And then they go buy another fucking junk car and start destroying it and
Yeah.
fixing it, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just, the frustration, it really, dude, I look back at it and he may never admit it, but in my mind, Pickle had other interesting things he wanted to do. Like, and we're relentless, dude. I'm a mother. I don't know how y'all two do it. And at times, I don't know. At times, I'm not sure if y'all are going to continue to do it once a week. But I can see us being a real pain to work with. Like, it's not, I don't think, it's not fun. It's fun while you're doing it, but the build-up and the preparation and how much, we're nuts with it.
We're nuts with it, but I think we're so demanding because we don't take mediocrity.
Right, that's
you
true.
know? And I don't think that's a bad thing. You know, when I see
Seldom
something,
transcended, but we will not accept that.
We shall overcome.
I think we're tyrants when it comes to certain things, but I think we have the best hearts.
What are
for-
you fucking laughing at?
We're tyrants with good hearts.
You know, like I
Soft
think, but
tie.
it's all for the right reasons.
Oh, I agree.
You know what I mean?
think
So-
perfection is fucking
Right.
That's what you should always strive for.
Yeah, and it's not that I don't think Pickle didn't want it to be perfect. It's just he had so many other interests and things he liked, like the train set. And
Mardi
I remember I
Gras.
started getting mad at the train set because it's
Oh,
like, man,
I resented the train set. Yeah.
I forgot what happened. The show started to tank. It's just like we were having all kinds of problems, and you could just tell we were in that stale zone to
Right.
where we need to take it up a notch. Like I noticed every couple of months, 6 months to a year, we all get itchy and we get comfortable, and when we get comfortable, we get bored. And it got to that point, and you know, with the train sets being built and the show's going to shit, and I started to hate. I really did hate the train set. Like I told him, it's too funny on air to say anything nice about the train set, so I made it like it was a joke. But I think deep down inside, I did hate it. I did enjoy when he got on top of it and climbed up there.
That
Oh,
was
God,
that
that
was some of
was-
the best shit.
Keiko got to see
I
that
really
live.
thought-
I think
wow.
you have that on video.
Yeah, that was very good.
I really was waiting for that thing to just collapse.
I
I'm
like
not
the
gonna
train
lie.
set, dude. I like it somewhere else, but I like it. Like if it would, I mean, dude, he could have made the coolest
I
like
like it
train
now.
room in his house or
Yeah.
something, and like make like shit going. He'd have so much more room. It's like, come on, man, this is a small room, and that fucking train set took up half of it.
Yeah, and I wonder if he kind of saw the potential we were trying to see. That's always kind of the back of my mind of like seeing it as like a more of a studio, like a video studio too, and doing kind of like partly green screen, part kind of riser.
It's a major character flaw that I think I have, and I think y'all do too. I don't get complacent very easy, and I'm not ever like satisfied.
Right.
So it's constantly, as soon as we achieve one thing, I already planned like the next, 4 things to
things,
do.
yeah.
Like,
Right. And you know what else? Maybe he didn't really want, obviously, he didn't want his back house to be a studio. I think it got to the point where he's like, they're trying to take all this over. And that might be why he was like, fuck y'all, I'm doing my train set.
Mayday and I would never do
'Cause-
anything like that.
No, I think it is. Like, so I think we thought, obviously, that Pickle wanted to grow the show. So that's why we were trying to suggest, look, man, you get that out of
Oh, he
here.
wanted
We
to
can
grow
set the
himself.
studio up nicer and, have more room and everything like that. And I think he was kind of like, that's not my priority. Like the show, I don't think
So
it's
you
anything.
felt that way too?
Yeah, I don't think it was anything against us. I just think that Pickle was doing the show, but I don't think he ever meant for it to get that big,
And what he kind of felt trapped after
I think
a while.
I think part of him kind of did it because of us. Like he thought we wanted to do it really bad, and he didn't want to let us down.
Yeah, that's
I think that's
exactly
really
what I was
noble.
saying.
I think
feel
he
that
didn't
way.
want to like hurt us by saying, "Look, I have a lot of other stuff I want to do."
Committed though. Every Sunday
And
we
he
did
was
that
always
show.
there.
for
No, he
that's
was. He
amazing.
did.
Like it was. That's what I'm saying. He's the podfather. I really hold. I think people would have still did podcasts that we know would eventually would have happened. Like it got to be a popular thing to do. But man, Pickle was cutting edge with that, man, and he's
Yeah.
constantly growing. And that's what.
I didn't say
It's true.
anything.
You see the size of him?
I don't think I like looking at you while we're talking.
Well, good. Go stare at the fucking wall. I don't care. Why don't you look in the mirror? Take another selfie. Get 200 likes. Make your day. Everything was shit today except the amount of likes a picture got. Like,
Every
dude, she
time
hated
he-
everything.
Every time he said something stupid, I was like, "Yeah, well, apparently 209 people don't think so." Dude, all I do is straighten my hair, and everybody
a
likes
seal?
me. If I would have known that, I would have straightened my hair a long time ago.
You could take a picture of yourself right now and put Not Real Radio. We're doing the show. I hope you tune in. And nobody will like the son of a bitch.
right?
yeah, but we're
Put
not.
one of us in the background and boy, that
God,
thing's going
yeah.
nowhere, man.
Dude, you were saying about the bathroom selfies earlier. I don't think people really give a fuck about those selfies, and I put a lot of work into them, but they didn't get a lot of likes. Either they didn't get seen enough, but I tagged so much stuff in them.
I think it's not cool to like shit like us.
really.
Yeah, and they don't
Why?
want
'Cause
to.
we're
They
like
will
the
listen to the
underground or
show.
something,
I hear
or-
all kinds of people tell me, "Yeah, listen to your show," and it's like, "Yeah, well, thanks for clicking like or share."
Right.
Like, God, you don't want other people to know you like this
Maybe
garbage.
that because you know what, it is kind of
It's not
raunchy.
real radio.
It is kind of raunchy, I think, for some people. And
Raunchy.
It can be.
Go listen to Emog if you want shit on your dick joke.
It can be
Like,
gritty.
that's all that show is.
I think maybe people don't want to be associated with us because of the controversies that come on the show. Like if they like it, people be like, "Oh, you like those motherfuckers? They said this about me or blah blah." You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, you think like them?
Like we're the assholes. So if like they like us, then people might be like, "Oh, well, I don't fucking like them because they said this, and this about me on their show," and then they're like, "Oh shit, well, I don't want to upset them."
I understand. All
I
right,
don't
thanks
know.
for breaking that down.
I mean, that's just a theory.
But yeah, thanks to Pickle. Like really, we would have
Definitely.
never even thought of doing anything like this or getting involved. And we went on that show and we had so much fun that we decided to destroy it, take it over, and ruin Pickle's life for 6 years. He
Yeah,
had
but
to
you know
enjoy
what?
it though. Yeah, I don't care what anybody says. All right, and it may be in a very small circle. I'm reminded of that, weekly from fucking Moms. I can't wait to tell me that. No one gets your inside jokes. Thank you, Tony. I get that too. It's part of the fucking joke. Forgot where I was even going with that.
You were gonna say that Pickle,
What?
I don't know. You
I don't know. Tell me what I was going to say,
You
please.
something about Tony or whoever Moms is, and
Right.
something about Pickle.
Oh, it's small inside jokes.
Oh yeah.
and I don't care what anybody says, we did great things. We created things that weren't there, or exaggerated things to such a level where it became something. Like all of us did. We transcended mediocrity as characters.
I believe so, yeah.
Granted, we became characters, and that's not. I was just smart enough to pick a czar instead of a pickle scoop.
Or sprinkles.
Sprinkles in.
Yeah, that was a dumb thing that you decided to. Mayday sounded too cool. You're gonna go with sprinkles.
God, what a fucking other side of the world.
Can you
right?
take off your glasses so that we can take a look at spring? Look at that
off
thing.
your safety glasses.
Boy, if you do that without the beard on,
What do you mean without it on?
some man's gonna try to have
take
sex
it
with you
off.
again. All right, so go back to the show. Multiple reasons. I think we summed it up there when we go. You know, it just seems like we peaked at what we could do, and I do feel bad that people invested in us and like coming on the show and doing stuff. And I hope with this show, and I hope Pickle continues on. If there's anything I want out of this situation, is Pickle to continue on and do his show, but maybe do his show that's him.
Right, that he wants to do.
Right, do talk about the parades, LSU football. Food, yeah, lots of food.
The train
things.
sets.
Yeah, have a cooking show.
Camping trip.
Yeah, get crazy involved. Dude, I told Harry.
Wrestling.
Harry's phone call to me this week. It kind of put me over a hump. Like I think I suffered from depression. I don't know what exactly depression is, but I think I had some of it.
No, just laying down.
I didn't know we were taking
It wasn't
calls.
quite that bad. Not real phone call. It's not real rodeo. Thanks for tuning in.
It's not a real rodeo. Yeah, okay. I had to. I'm sorry.
This was a great idea.
So, what would we say? It would say, so.
So something that I found intriguing was you started out, both of y'all actually started out at a pretty young age.
We did.
Doing comedy.
We did.
The first time we saw you do stand-up, you'd mentioned that you started like when you were 12. When I was reading yours, it said that you started at a real young age as well.
I did actually. I wanted to be in radio my whole life.
Really?
When I was a kid, I would tape little shows. I think you told me you did that too.
Yeah, I was Mark the Shark. And I had a little Casio keyboard,
Nice.
one which you
All
could
right.
play real fast and record it and play back and make little songs and shit.
I had the Talk Girl tape recorder, which was like the Home Alone thing, but the girl version was pink.
Oh, nice.
And it had voice changer on it, so I put the deep one on for some reason. I don't know why. I was a little kid doing this, and it was like, this is the whatever show with Ali and Marina. And like I'll say my name all weird like that. And I did Miss Cleo. I did commercials. People called in. They had questions, and I'd be like, look under the bed in the box, you know. And I was like, one lady was like, this cat keeps coming terrorizing my house. And I was just like, make a pot of red beans, put it outside. Like I don't know, I just did weird shit. So.
All right.
But
None of that on this show,
and then
please.
we would record songs off of the radio and put songs in between it, you know.
Really?
And I did this on cassette tapes.
Like little
believe it or not,
amateur Maydays.
I'm a lot older than people think. Actually, two people asked me how old I was this week. One of which thought I was 19, which I was like,
Damn.
how is that even possible? But it was pretty cool. I'm like, you know what? I'm old now. I feel good. Like I used cassette tapes.
So a couple of years ago, Mayday quits Picklescoop.
Oh, God.
Oh, maybe they quit Picklescoop?
He couldn't take this guy Hopper. Hopper would come on, we'd start the show, he would yawn, he would smack, he would burp, just like trying to derail the show. It always seemed like Pickle's got some good friends, all right?
Like one or two, I think.
Well, he used to. Two of them. They're gone now. That was just But the people he would bring in, I think, hated the show. Or they just thought of Pickle as the Pickle Scoop, the useless item, you know? We never did. We
think
always
they
thought of
didn't like
Pickle as
us.
like try to build him up.
And
I thought that, this is just a hunch. Some of these motherfuckers were threatened by us because we would, like, we had respect for Pickle and tried to help him and motivate him.
Right.
All
Lift
their
him up.
motivation always seemed to be things that were not good for Pickle.
Right. Because if he progressed, then he wouldn't be with them. Like he wouldn't sympathize with them.
Right.
And
He
that's
didn't want him
just
to
a hunch,
succeed.
just something
Well,
that I've seen. But Hopper comes in and he destroys the show. You know, it does his best to. And maybe he wasn't. Maybe some people really liked him. I've never met
Just
anyone who told me that.
absolute
Kind of
fucking
doubt
retard.
it.
But Mayday gets pissed and goes, I can't take it, and leaves the show. And dude, that was the hardest thing I've ever done is continue to go back and do the show.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how you did it, to be honest.
I don't-
with
I
you.
wouldn't
Played
do
the
it without
harp for
Mayday.
15 minutes, waiting for somebody to ask me to stop. I bring the
Pickle did?
harp with me. I'm like, and Tony decides to stay. This was one of the few times Tony's like, I'm going to
Really?
stay.
Tony
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Tony time.
And I'm like, this is great because I just happen to have this harp. So Hopper's there and Pickle's there, and I just want to piss everybody off. So I figure a good bit would be I'm just going to keep playing the harp until somebody finally asks me to stop. No one ever asked me to stop. My fingers started bleeding. My voice went out. Like, it got bad. But that was just something funny to watch Tony slowly start to put his head down, and it was killing him. It did not affect Pickle or Hopper, but
Giving that dude a migraine. It's horrible.
but Mayday finally Hopper goes away,
Oh, thank
like
God.
most people do
He
when
hopped
they
away.
using people
Yep.
that use people. You might have
Yep.
met one before. Once they take everything they could get from you or can get something better somewhere else, they
leech.
leave.
Yeah.
They leave. Right? They go find a new host to
Right.
suck the life out of. But anyway, so Hopper leaves, Mayday comes back, and I considered at one point where I kind of had saved the show
by staying,
by staying
by
and
not
fighting it
quitting,
out.
also, yeah.
By not quitting, correct.
Because
And that's hard to do
yeah.
anything without Mayday. Like, he's not exactly a Woody Wooby.
I have a question. So, what was it like? Was there any background like noises or any clips or anything?
No, I just had to do everything.
It was just a play. You did that? You tried to do it?
I played the harp for 15 minutes.
So you're
right?
saying that was all the background noise, just you playing the harp?
I think Pickle did sat where I
He tried
sat
to do
and did a little bit, but very basic.
I always say
and all
try
that.
for everybody else because like I can't even explain how much Mayday does. Like I don't know anybody
Al.
who fucking
Appreciate
can
that.
do all that. Like
Yeah, his skill set
we can't
gives
do a
him the
podcast
ability.
without him. I think he knows that.
Thank you.
But
Anyone can learn to do what Mayday does. No one could do it as well.
the quality, like I couldn't go. You can't go back from here. Like
All right,
we
let's
couldn't
stop
go.
kissing Mayday.
I'm sorry. He deserved a moment there.
Good job, Sprinkle.
I couldn't imagine. Like I actually need to go back and listen to the shows then without him because it must be a weird feeling, you know?
A weird sounding feeling.
Yeah, like giving you a weird.
So Mayday comes back. The show continues, and man, it kind of started taking off at that point. I like gave it a new life.
And I remember that was actually the show with the Scorsese that came back on. For whatever reason, it happened
cool.
to be that one.
Yeah, so it continued to grow, and we started pushing. I think when we started doing those original series, the little
It got real fun real quick.
radio
too.
plays,
Right.
not real radio plays.
That was fun. That was my favorite part.
It started to really take off, and I can't wait to do something like that again. I've been wanting to write the memes and just, man, I never realized. I went in that little zone, and I tore it up, and I wrote a lot. I mean, that was
Oh,
like,
it was great,
He
man.
was writing
3 or
every
4
week
series.
for hours.
The Claws was incredible,
It
I gotta
is.
say. That was just...
and now I'm afraid I can't do it. Like,
Oh, you can do it.
Yeah,
it's
you
just
can,
weird.
dude.
You take that
Come
break, kind of like
It's
this
like
2
riding
weeks,
a
and I was
bike.
like, can I do this? Like, we started the show, and I was a nervous wreck, and I'm
Right.
like, how can I even do this?
That's why you act like that. I didn't know you were nervous. I never see you nervous.
Yeah, I'm not cheese. You see me nervous all the time. I just don't
Instead
act
of
like
being
a fucking
nervous, he
schmuck.
just gets mean. I'm trying to think right now. Alec, quit trying to help me, motherfucker.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain to you. I don't know why that concept's so hard.
Oh, you're
if
trying
I'm
to get
trying
out the way.
think, I can't take suggestions from you and think. I'm
Right,
either
right. I
taking
understand.
suggestions
It was
from
an
you or I'm
accident, though.
thinking.
You didn't have to get mean. You could have just said, "Excuse me for a
It's an
moment."
accident
Alec.
if it happened
I'm
once.
trying to think, dude. I don't care. My brain doesn't work the same way as yours, and I can't
There's
tell
a
when you're
difference
thinking.
between a twitch and Tourette's.
I can't tell when you're thinking. I'm sorry, dude. I
That
thought I
little
saw the
puff of
rampage.
smoke coming out.
Last night I thought I saw the rampage. I saw somebody doing that same face twitch. You saw
I
it?
thought it was too.
But it wasn't him,
He had his
dude.
little
Somebody else
cap
had the
on.
same deal.
I really
yeah.
thought it was him too. I was like, oh god, this is gonna be great.
So the show continues to grow. And it's getting good. And I think we felt responsible for everybody involved because if you don't have money to pay people, then you kind of invest in each other.
time, yeah,
That's how,
exactly.
to me, it works. This amateur, not real radio and music and entertainment, all that. When you're not getting paid, you kind of barter things, and time and effort is kind of one of those. I mean, we pay each other in shares and likes sometimes.
Right.
That's how
Well, yeah, we
this
promote
economy
each other,
works.
right? And I always am a fan of the bartering system. So
Good to know.
old school.
So the show gets to a point where it's almost out of obligation, but it was so fun because we had built a good foundation, and it
Right.
just would start writing itself.
Right.
We really didn't
Absolutely.
have to fuck with it.
Nice.
Like this
Oh, well.
television,
Oh,
it's
well.
going away.
Ah. It's
All
broke.
right, man. If you don't know what's going on in the show, sorry.
It's all good.
Can you turn off all those monitors?
Yeah,
just,
sure.
it's-
So just don't worry about this thing.
yeah, no distractions here.
There
I
you
gotta
go.
focus.
Yeah.
Doing a horrible job. Where's fucking Pickle? This sucks.
No, man, I can be a good I can be a good pickle. Give me a chance.
You've been pulling me more off topic than on. All right. I gotta calm down here. I'm starting to get passionate. It's getting to the part, right?
Yeah.
It's getting to
No,
the,
that's good.
it's getting to the part where we can, voice anger. Picklescoop wasn't. It was more sad than anything. So the show
Yeah.
gets to a certain level, we feel obligated, but yet it's right in itself, and it's a lot of fun. But around right before New Year's, I started going. I don't know. I'm bored. It's
Right.
not working.
Right.
Like it's work now.
Yeah.
It got kind of stressful. I think, especially like it'd be so late and it'd be Sunday night. It would be freaking. I think the 3-hour show is like grueling sometimes.
But that's why it's fun to do. It's a
Ah.
challenge, and that's why I like it.
Right.
And I think the third hour was great
I
in
would
that
just get
environment.
so fucking tired. Like
I
I'd
like
run
that.
out of snacks.
It got so chaotic, and it was funny. Even the points that you don't have, like me and you, Mayday, and I think Allie too, to a certain extent, especially with graphics. Thank you. You're doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
She's the next one going, Mayday. Sprinkles, whatever you want to be called now.
Yeah.
So it was like kind of stale, I think, and then the deterioration in the show, and Mayday went and saved the show again. Like, oh, should I say for the first time, as a repaying
sure
for me
did.
to hold it together. He saved it.
Thank you. I mean,
I was like,
I
I'm-
felt obligated in a way because not only for what you did, but also the amount of time Allie put in, and in some ways, kind of Pickle and all that. Kind of like I felt like, all
He
right,
bought a lot of shit. He kept the studio. We
Yeah.
got to use, everything.
every
It was-
Sunday,
it's amazing.
every time. I mean, it's a lot. It's a big commitment.
Paid
too.
$30 a month for phone system. That was pretty amazing.
It's a $9
He
phone call.
really.
We're gonna owe him some money now.
I wonder if he's canceling it
Maybe-
as we speak.
Hey, we ought to go play at Shamrocks, make some cash. Can Zombies Eating Sheep play more not real music? We need about 8 more covers.
Yeah, we got. I think we can do some more covers.
Nice. Be a House of Goats tribute band.
Dude, that's a good idea.
Wonder how much we can make for that. We buy all new friends. Transvestite wrestling with Zombies Eating Sheep.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so
Oh,
Mayday
oh.
saves the show, so we continue on, and it comes up to this big show the following week. Was going to be the Tecmo Bowl show. And what happened with that is Cheese is a freak of nature when it comes to Tecmo Bowl.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I've seen it. He beat me
Oh, yeah,
pretty
he did.
good,
He
and I
beat-
watched him
he
beat
beat,
Billsbury
Flowboy,
pretty
yeah.
good. But I was hoping somebody was going to beat him. Anyway, we booked the show. Cheese is a part of it. He's involved. He's going to be playing in the tournament. And the tournament to me was who can beat Cheese. B-Goat did a wonderful job of putting the whole thing together. I told him
Absolutely.
when he came up with the idea, I said, that sounds great, but it's never going to work. We're going to do it live on the show. I had no idea the reason why it wasn't going to work. It's kind of interesting now. But anyway, it sounded like a total shit show, a wreck. I got shit
The
show
amount of
from
people,
Whine and Cheese,
yeah.
16.
Okay.
So we planned this thing, and it's pretty much who can beat Cheese, and it's going well. I make the advertisement, the shit start, talking starting, and it's fun. Like, I was really looking forward to it. Well, the last Picklescoop show, after the show, Mayday was sexually assaulted by the pig and pounders. It's always the retards, Allie.
There's
I don't know
names
why.
too. That just sounds like
Right?
porn names, Pounders and the Pig take on Mayday.
Pounded the pig.
Get over here, Mayday. I got something for you. I got 8 likes on my Pick for President page.
So it got to the point, though, where it was fight or flight for Mayday. And right before, it was a little bit it was half and half. There was a slight bit of fight with a shove,
Yeah.
and then the flight. And Mayday tells me, move, go, go. He was running for a touchdown. I'm like, what the fuck just happened in here? And he's like, these motherfuckers, go.
Dude, it was amazing. Pieces of fucking plastic were flying everywhere. Got on the roof, on the carport.
Mayday's remodeling service now doing lawns.
He remodeled the fuck.
Lawn furniture everywhere. He was very pissed.
I was really fucking
I was
mad.
amazed. Like that, he hit it with such force that it instantly shattered. Do y'all realize that? It's pretty tough, outdoor furniture material.
Yeah, it was like a
Thick
little teddy
plastic.
bear metamorphoses into a giant angry orangutan.
Yeah. No, but I mean, because I was right behind him, and then all of a sudden, pow! wow. And it just fucking shocked me. And I'm like, oh, shit. And the pig goes, oh, don't worry. I'll pick it up.
That motherfucker.
I think we went too far. I think one of the words was like, yeah, he told you went too far, and that was like 30 minutes ago.
If I may say, they politely declined these guys' advances because they were bear hugging on Mark too. They politely declined their advances at least 5 times. Like they gave them a lot of chances, and these dudes were just relentless. And I mean, I didn't know what to do, obviously, so I just kind of was like, oh, really?
I felt like I should go to the Metro Center.
Oh, yeah, man. I know.
I think I told him like 3 or 4 times. And I told him one time, I was like, hey, dude, you crossed the line. Like, this is your warning kind of thing. And it was actually the Pounders, which I remember Remember one of the freak episodes we had to do was for the hurricane that we still didn't have power. And we actually went to his house in Mid-City and did a show there.
Yeah, he's always been cool.
I always
don't
thought
know.
he was
always been cool, man.
They're
And
just
then-
horny, really.
I
It's
think
a
he was.
Mardi Gras.
I think he was drunk though because when we first got there, like
That's
at 7
irrelevant.
something. No, but dude, what I'm saying is somebody
Half
that's
the
been
people
drinking.
we know are fucked up all
No,
the
he's
time.
drinking like really hard liquor, and he was drinking it all night long. So by 11 o'clock, which is when they really started
All right,
harassing.
any of
I'm
this is
sorry.
irrelevant.
No, I'm sorry. I have been totally to the point where I cannot even get off the ground in certain circumstances. I have never once put my hand in a grown man's ass crack while he is moving.
No,
I'm sorry. Like I've
so
never
you've done it while he was still. Sorry, I mean, you know.
No, but I mean, it
Yeah.
was to the point where it was like I got to the point where I was so weirded out. I was like, are they about to have like a weird orgy or something?
At one
Like-
point, they were like like one was grabbing the other one, and then like one was like trying to hit Pickle's ass at the same. It was like a 3-way
Pickle
kind
was
of like.
kind of liking it, and that's where I was like,
I'm
dude,
not
there's something
liking it,
about.
but he thought it was funny.
All I
He
know
was
is we were
laughing.
out all weekend. We were drinking. We were hungover. We
was
just
another
did a
fucking
3-hour show on a Sunday night. We were very tired, man. As grown men, you got to have respect for another man to go, hey, look, it's not fun for me right now to play around any kind of way. I'm really tired. We're
Right,
trying
but
to
if
break
you're
down
drunk,
the equipment.
you don't realize
it doesn't
that.
fucking matter. Like, I don't give a fuck why anybody does what they do. I'm drunk. I'm high. I'm fucking on crack. None of that gives
Yeah, that's-
anybody
that's an
any
excuse.
reason to do
Oh, I
anything.
wasn't trying to make an
I don't give a
excuse.
fuck. It's trying to minimalize what they do.
No,
He was drunk. Or, fuck that shit. You did it. I don't give a fuck.
I was just trying to explain in the context of I don't think they knew what they were doing. I think
give
the
a-
pig
yeah,
guy
they knew what they were doing.
But I don't
They
think
knew
like,
what
why
they were
would
doing.
Pounders be normal and cool every other time we've seen him? It's the only time we've seen him act weird.
Showing off, fucking extra horny. I don't know.
Well, Mark made a
Gay
good point
weird
the other
motherfucker.
day about it's like a male dominance thing. Maybe they're trying to exude some type of like
That's
male.
what they doing. They're like fighting for this wolf den. It's like, hey, man, take the fucking train set. We're out of here. Like,
Yeah, just let me out. I can't
Let
get out.
him in. Let him have it. See this
but
picture,
anyway,
man.
it's fucking dumb. I hate when people do that. It's disrespectful. You're grown men. It's okay when you're a bunch of kids. But a grown man, you go out amongst friends, to let your guard down, to actually enjoy yourself and not feel anxiety from being out in public. Like, that's why people get together in groups of like minds to isolate themselves so that they can enjoy being themselves.
Yes.
Or they have Christians that are just pent up faggots.
Yeah.
So then, to have to be around a comfort zone and be harassed like that's fucking dumb.
Yeah,
like
it
it's
was
like those
bad.
metal fags with their dick touching. Like,
what-
go
what
do
is
that.
wrong with
Like,
that?
if that's
I
what
mean-
y'all do at y'all parties, like, I'm just not going.
That's fucking-
Because it just makes you on guard constantly. And
On
why would you
guard.
want to be like that? That's why you have friends, so you can.
I
not
don't
have to watch your
understand the
back.
dudes touching each other's dicks thing. I don't walk
Anyway,
around. grabbing
Mayday
other
gets
chicks,
fucking
you know,
livid about this.
vaginas
He
or
is so
anything.
mad. He kicks the table. I knew on the way home, we get home, and I'm like, Allie, I got to call Mike. I think this needs a late night phone call to make sure he can sleep tonight. And Nicole told me he's in the tub with bleach. I'm like, Jesus, man. A fucking break. Next day, he's pointing to a doll.
To know about the crying The fucking scene from Ace Ventura. You burn your clothes in the barrel.
That is so great.
Einhorn is a man.
So, dude, you.
I think honestly, to sum that night up, the one thought I had, and I think I told it to you. You may have overheard it, and I told it to Nicole. I'm just glad I didn't go to jail that night. Because it was at the point where I couldn't get through the door, and it was like I was pushing. And I mean, I'm a pretty big dude, pretty strong. And when I was pushing and I had 2 giant motherfuckers holding me back, and I finally go through, it was to the point where I was literally turning around to just go off on this dude, and then it went through. and it was just like let me out. So I was like, oh, thank God. But then I had all that pent up aggression that it was just like something's got to die. I'm sorry.
That table, right?
The table was the
Lucky it was the
casualty.
table.
God.
God, if that was the dog, that would have been a better exit.
Oh, he would have been dead.
Pieces of dog everywhere.
Oh God, he would have been dead. That would have been horrifying.
Finish what you started, Pounders. No problem. Well, I
Maybe
knew
that
it
was
bad
Pounders'
because
plan.
Monday, I tell Mike Sunday night, we'll revisit this tomorrow.
I was
We'll-
so fucking
Let's
mad.
get some sleep. And
So mad and so just that's just disgraceful.
so Monday, I knew it was bad when Sprinkles tells me, I don't know if I can go back there. Like, the place of the rape was very sensitive.
It is. It's like the scene of the
I'm thinking, all right, all this is gonna blow over. Like, he just needs some time to cool off. We've left the show mad before. Like, that shit happens, especially in a chaotic environment like that, where you're trying to spawn shit like that to
shit
happen.
that-
You can't help but to become the victim of it once in a while. It can't always be somebody else. And when it's you, it's not fun and it's miserable. But goddamn, it's funny for everybody else.
But usually it's not physical. I think that's the game changer.
Yeah, and I'm all right.
And
too.
Pickles just sitting there laughing during
Yeah,
the
he
whole
laughed.
rape.
He didn't do
like, he
anything.
loved the rape thing.
But
He's
no,
like,
I
look
don't-
at Mayday getting raped. He's
Dude,
like,
I don't think he realized how bad it was, honestly, because that's how they play. Obviously,
well,
I don't
then
think
that is the problem.
some dudes touch each other. I don't know, but I've seen a lot of different dudes do that.
Well, I'll just say this: the difference is every time I've crossed the line with an adult, they've been like, "Hey, dude, I'm warning you," and I've either backed off or I pushed my luck, and they fucking either punched me or pushed me down or whatever, and it's been like, all right. I
Well, to
learned my
me,
lesson,
if those
kind of,
two,
like, gone
if they
too
went
far, man.
somebody
Right.
they
But I've
really
always had that
respected.
respect, yes.
Hey, here, I want
Well-
you to meet my grandfather. Hey, Grandpa. No, you don't do it out of respect for the other person. So the fact that they would do that, the Czar and Mayday, it kind of shows me that Pickles' studio or Pickle doesn't demand respect. That's fine for him. Like, you live the way you want. But I will
Right.
demand
Yes,
respect,
yes.
and I will also demand respect for the people I am associated with. Like, you wouldn't do that to somebody you respected. Don't fucking do it to us. And if you do, and you don't respect us, I don't have to do anything for you.
And I don't want to, I hate to say it, I don't want to associate myself with somebody that's doing that and
Right.
lives and thinks that way, because then they're going to instantly assume that I am. And I'm like, whoa, I do not believe or stand for those set
Principles.
of values.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm with you. All right, so that it's not going away. We got the Tecmo Bowl show coming up, and things are already shaky. Trying to hold them together mentally,
right,
and then
right.
let time go by to cool off. And the show meant a lot to us because a lot of people were involved. Like, a lot of people I really do like and
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
consider them not real friends. They were going to be involved in it, and I was
Right.
looking forward to it. Well, Tuesday night, I get a text from Cheese. This is when the show gets good. I think I fucked up. Instantly, I know what it is. I double booked, and, he doesn't even really say we can't play Allie's party. He said enough to where I'm like, I knew what he was saying.
Right.
And the really odd thing is, the night we were all together at Zombies Eating Sheep, rehearsal, and that means just looking at the computers that do everything. When we got the response from Cheese saying we're in, Tidbits was even there, and we were like, dude, incredible. Like, this is fun.
And by the way, this was November 12th for the record.
Cheese had always been saying, how come we never get to play with Zombies Eating Sheep? Y'all haven't even asked us to play. So when they got back together and they did a show for Freelo, well, I guess they didn't have couldn't make money somewhere that night.
Yeah, it was a weeknight.
Right. Paper Chase wasn't booked.
Yep.
They do a show, and we were like, man, it was so good to see y'all back on stage and doing original music. Because we watch
yeah.
Paper Chase, and I watch Cheese on stage, and it's entertaining, but it's just not the same. Like,
Right.
Dirtiest Players, that was another
yeah,
character
yeah,
they did,
definitely.
and as much as I hated them in the beginning, you couldn't help but like it because it was such a high quality, and they were so good at it.
They were so good. Yeah,
Agreed.
they
That
were
you-
fun every time I've seen them.
You put their personalities, aside. And so we're like, hey, why don't y'all play with us? I'm doing Whine and Cheese. They're real active with Picklescoop. Tidbits is in Zombies Eating Sheep. I thought that would be cool for him to, like, pull a double show. And when we get the text saying they could do it, I'm like, wow. Well, I guess we're going to find out where Cheese's heart is because, watch, Paper Chase is going to get off of the show.
Yeah, but you said something to him like, oh yeah, if you don't if you don't cancel for Paper Chase or something like that, and he was like, dude, I will not fucking do that. And like
Yeah,
he
I
made
bet
a
you if you
point
go listen to
say,
the 15
no,
Whine and
dude,
Cheese shows
I'm
did.
doing this show.
Yeah, so he even mentioned on the show the last week of the show, 15. He's like, why you keep promoting that show? It ain't for another month away or something. You keep talking about it. And he was I caught a little wind that, there's some reason I shouldn't be promoting a show
I noticed that too, and I was wondering why. Like, I don't think it's
I guess
too
that's
soon
why, because he probably knew then.
It's true.
Well,
But anyway, I get the text. He says they can't do the show. Initially, it becomes, damn, like that's a problem because we don't have a band and we were billing this as that and we were looking forward to it.
I was really looking
made
forward to it. I'm
flyers
not gonna
and
lie, yeah.
printed flyers and posted flyers out at the venue and have been promoting it with those bands.
So it was disappointing more than angry at Cheese. I kind of understood automatically, and I called it. I think my response was, I called this, when it happened. I knew this was coming, so I wasn't surprised, but I was still angry about it. Just because, man, yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. But then I figure a couple hours go by. We actually go to the movie with Tyree, which we'll talk about. And it was a long-ass movie, so it took time. But I felt like I should hit up Steve because I knew that, here's Steve's. He wasn't going to be happy about that news. And I felt like as a friend, and, he's in Zombies Eating Sheep, he's a part of the show, that I would just get his feedback from it and see, how he was taking it. He didn't even know.
Nah.
He didn't even fucking know.
He didn't know, and Jesus didn't know either.
Yeah. Cheese didn't even tell them. So then that kind of opened a can of worms.
Right?
The funny part
I felt bad because I delayed for a good while. We watched the movie. I didn't just hit up Steve immediately. Like, guess what Cheese just told me? No, I gave him
It was
time
like
to
3
tell
hours
people
later.
and shit,
No, I was going to say, it was weird because I was asked to do a flyer for are we getting to that, or is that, can I say this now or no?
I don't know. If I go over the general overview and then we can
Okay,
go
so
pick
continue.
Yeah, because I'm going to get so fucked up that I don't
Okay,
even know
all right.
how the story goes
I'm
anymore.
sorry,
I've been rehearsing this artificial, not real
sorry.
story all week. So then it starts to get to the point, though, where you feel like you were lied to, and it was all dishonest.
Yeah.
And it also felt to the point where when you listen, he does Whine and Cheese after I quit that. Oh, so anyway,
I knew he was lying,
I got
by the way.
Picklescoop coming up with the Tecmo Bowl thing. I'm pissed at Cheese. We're getting to about Wednesday now. I call Mayday, and I'm like, dude, I'm so fucking pissed. And, dude, I'm working. My back's still fucked up. It was just like, it was horrible. And mentally, I'm at work trying to do some complicated ass shit, and I didn't really do a bad job, and it didn't affect me at work as much as I was just doing something else, too, trying to figure all this shit out and how mad. I started trying to talk myself down to make the shit okay, and the more I did, the more I realized it wasn't. Because, man,
fucked up.
I look at Allie, and Allie goes through the whole thing. Whether it's right or wrong or not, you go through, and I hope everybody does, because if not, you're a complete sociopath. You might as well go do Whine and Cheese with fucking Cheese. Allie was upset, like, man, I guess I'm nothing. Like, it wasn't, my party wasn't important enough
I
not
actually
to
cried,
book that.
and I felt bad because then he was upset because I was crying. I wasn't trying to upset him, but I was feeling emotional and feeling super, broad female, and I just kind of felt like nobody gives a fuck about my birthday. Like, how fucking stupid and arrogant am I to throw a fucking birthday party for myself? And obviously, whatever. And I don't know if I'm supposed to say this yet, but I'm gonna say it. Obviously, midget wrestling is more exciting and interesting and better to do instead of playing something you agreed to do 2 months ago and then try to tell me that that you've been booked that, which was bullshit. I found out from an inside source.
Nice.
So it's kind of like, once I knew for sure that he was lying to me, which he told me when I asked him, I said, which show was booked first, Cheese? I know you would call me out if I did this to you. So which show was booked first? And he's like, well, they tell me it's been on the calendar for a while, but I honestly don't know. And it's like, the honestly I don't know part is to kind of excuse it.
And you go
But
listen
he
to
lied
Whine
to
and
us,
Cheese
man.
16 if you want the whole excuses
And
package.
Woody lied to us too, and I love Woody, dude. So it kind of broke my heart a little bit. Honestly, if they would have just came up to me or even just sent me a message and said, look, Allie, we really wanted to do your birthday. It means a lot to us, and we're appreciative that you asked us and that you wanted us to do this together. But we got offered a gig that pays so much money that we can't turn it down. We got the other band members on our backs. And you know what I would have said? I would have said, dude, yes, do what y'all got to do. Don't worry about it. But the fact that they and I heard that they tried to find a way to do both shows, and they tried to work it out and get subs.
I cut all their excuses out of that.
No, but
interview
look, I'm
for a
trying to
reason.
be
Understand, go ahead.
honest. Okay.
Go ahead.
So I heard that they were trying, so maybe that week between where they didn't say anything to us was when they were trying to figure it out. So I appreciate that they try to figure it out, but at the same time, you wouldn't have anything to figure out if you didn't take a show on a date you already had booked, like that you already committed to. So, and I do believe, and I've heard that he had pressure from his bandmates. I do believe that they were like, no, fuck that. This is money. We're going to do it. So I just wish I would have gotten the respect in that to be told honestly, like, tell me the truth. I wouldn't have gotten upset. I wouldn't have cried. I wouldn't have felt like a fucking idiot if I would have just understood, if I would have known what was really going on, you know?
$3,000 we were going to get paid.
That's a lot of money, Cheese. I really do understand, you know, but I just, the way
so
that
I'm
it was
pissed
going
off about all that. I'm like, I'm definitely not going to do a show where I promote fucking Cheese.
Yeah.
And be in the same room with him, and God forbid he actually wins this thing, it's just not gonna be good. And I didn't want to be around. I didn't want to be involved with him. I'm like, if you conduct yourself like that, and all your decisions are based upon dollar signs, and I don't have money to pay you for your services, then I just can't invest in you, and I can't trust you, and you're not reliable.
Right.
And now you're lying and manipulating, and
That's the part
then
that
you turn it around like, is something wrong with me?
Yeah.
Like, man, look, it's cool. I understand the decision, man. He did what he had to do. And I understand that. It's a business. But I can't, like, so is this.
Right.
Like, we might not be
Right.
exchanging money.
But we're exchanging a lot of time and effort and
Which is
promotions.
money.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, all of us are talented enough to where they could find some use for us.
Right.
Instead of doing this podcast, I definitely could go sweep somewhere like Night Stars.
Definitely. Well, I gotta say too, this is my little thing. I'm really surprised that they did that to us. I really am. I mean, I'm not trying to
I'm
sound
not surprised. That's
big-headed or
cheese,
anything
man.
like that, but it's just kind of like, you know what? Like,
It's
as much
cheesy.
shit as we've done for them, and especially Cheese and all that, it's kind of like the one time we go, hey, we need this or we want this, and we're hoping that you're gonna hold your end of the bargain, kind of thing. Like, we don't ask much, but when
Allie's
we do,
birthday party is the only thing we ask of
Yep.
people
Ever. Yeah,
all
that's the
year
only thing
long.
I remember.
We
I know,
will
and
promote
to me,
you.
it's kind of like
we
you
will
can't do
let
that
you.
one time. I'm sorry that you have to pass something up, but I think we pass other things up in lieu of doing all
Oh,
these other
yeah,
things.
definitely.
You
When
know
he
what I
started
mean?
doing cover music, I told him, Cheesy, you're going to listen to that music. You're going to live that life. You're going to be around those people. Your
Right.
brain's going to go to mush.
Right. It's-
And I really think he's got an identity crisis. Is he Low Blow? Is he Cheese? Is he Chris? You don't know who the fuck he is anymore.
It's
He's
true.
got on all of David's clothes. Like, I understand he's going through some things, but I can understand and deal with a certain level of, all right, you're the bitch, and when I call you, you fucking come and do what you're supposed to do at my command, and when it's no good for me, maybe you'll get a text and tell you it's not good for me.
right.
I can deal with a certain level of that, but when you fuck over and you hurt the people in my life that are the closest to me, they're me. Like, everything you do, the Alley, Mayday, and now Steve, and before this, Cheese, you did to me. No one was in Cheese's corner more than me.
I know.
Like, I
gotta
took
say,
up for that guy
you
so
really
much,
did.
and like, I
Way
really
more
felt
than
like
you honestly, we're supposed to.
you think.
I think
went
so.
above and beyond. I
I would say
transcended
so.
friendship.
I think
You
so.
did. You did. And I thought it was sweet. I liked that y'all were, you know, because I felt like he needed that. I felt like y'all kind of,
Right.
you know, came together at the right time.
Well, Cheese is one of them people. You start to do something for, probably a selfish reason, and then after a little while, you really like the guy.
Oh, yeah, I know. Me too. That's what broke my heart the most. I really do like him. He's funny as fuck.
He's like most
great to hang out
talented
with.
geniuses. He's
really
his
smart.
worst enemy.
Yeah,
Yep.
I know.
Or maybe
Yeah.
I'm my worst enemy, and Whine and Cheese was getting successful, so I had to pull the plug on it. So with that show coming up with Cheese and all that, and then Mayday still being upset, and then me, struggling, like physically and mentally, I was like, fuck it, man. Let's just pull a plug on everything. Like, it just seemed like the thing to do. Like, all right, this is the crest. And it would just be a long road of unenjoyment and just doing it out of obligation that would have ruined everything. I look over at Pickle, and the only time I see him smile is when
He's cooking
the pig's got his hand up Mayday's ass. And then the shit with Cheese, where I'm like, that's just so disappointing that I was like, you know what? It's time for us to. You want to act pro, be pro? Well, it's like,
Yeah,
all right,
fucking
and no
right.
more excuses of why we're not successful or something's not good. Nobody else to throw into the table or kick. It's just us now. And it sucks. I want Pickle and Cheese back. Not real likely. Anyway, yeah, fuck it, man. I was really pissed off, and I'm not mad at him anymore. I understand why he made those decisions,
Right.
but I wish and I hope he understands why I made mine. Like, we're in this for art. If we ever make money off of it, it'll be hopefully a lot of dollar signs, not taking these little increments. But at what price?
$3,000.
All right, Cheese, $3,000. Split it like 12 ways. Steve should have charged him back rent for that laptop.
Of course there were.
And then it fucking what he did to Steve, like,
Can you believe that?
that's where I'm like, if you'll do that to your friend of, I don't even know, they've been friends as long as the elder's been alive. It's a long fucking time.
God.
Man, not to nitpick you, I would never do that, but you missed popcorn, piss, and vinegar in the intro. All right, there's always next week, maybe. I don't know if we're ever gonna do this again.
I was on the fence of whether I wanted to put him in the intro or not. I thought that was kind of, to be honest with you want to know why I didn't put him in it for right
please.
now? Because I felt like in the beginning, that was stuff that we've kind of been part of and moved on, and this is the next evolution, and I feel like popcorn, piss, and vinegar.
We haven't burnt that bridge yet.
Yeah, right.
So I figured not put them in the... I mean, I can next week, Chris, if you want to. Just give me the signal.
So we pulled the plug on everything and just ended. And it was rough. Like, I really do think I suffered a little bit of depression.
I
it was
definitely
hard
did,
for
man.
me.
It
It was bad.
I got really depressed that whole week until about Friday, till I started to kind of
So you
go,
drank?
Yeah, I mean, pretty much. But no, until I started to kind of go, all right, I had to take a step back and do a little bit of work on me.
Yeah.
And kind of go, let me figure out what I need to do to make myself more stable and better that I've been neglecting for so long. And took that time to kind of rebuild myself, spend some time with Nicole, relax, kind of reset almost. You know what I mean? It was kind of like a big ordeal. And it was kind of like I needed to kind of get away from it to kind of see it, you know, in its whole entirety.
Yeah, I looked at it. I think it started to get to a point where I was so frustrated in the fact that everybody else's decisions were affecting me.
Yeah, it's so bad.
And everybody else is thinking about themselves and don't give a fuck about me. That, okay, I'm going to do that too. Watch this.
Right.
It's called not participate.
Right.
Because that's all I have. All I do is participate, and unfortunately, that's all I have to give now. I think I do a decent job.
Oh, definitely.
We do good prices on artwork for Epic Twins.
Certificate.
Thank you.
Gold star.
Make it
Yeah.
in,
Stop.
make it in the Word document.
Yeah, and the spreadsheet.
God damn.
I know, right?
Fucking can't wait till she's
Can you get a
bleeding next week.
spreadsheet up there? I'm like, yeah.
Mayday, Bloody Sunday next week.
Oh yeah, next week y'all better be ready.
Yeah. Can't wait.
The Red Sea's parting.
Might be bleeding early this month from your mouth.
Yeah, that's right.
God damn it.
Is that you and the pig last week?
You recorded the rape?
Actual footage from the
Oh,
rape.
yeah, you know, I'm a team player. That's what I'm saying.
Hey, when he had his hand up there, you were like, call me Sprinkles.
Well, fish my ass and call me Sprinkles.
We actually have someone Cheese trying to dig himself out of the fucking hole he placed
I
himself
actually
in.
love to hear this.
God damn.
What is the first one, man?
Let's see here. Mark quits Whine and Cheese.
So Mark is not here because at this point, he's quit the Whine and Cheese show.
That's the little intro to Dickie, right?
All right.
It's been at least 4 months, Dirtiest Players, where we agreed to play Allie's birthday party. I'm all of a sudden double booked.
Who fucked that up?
Me.
Awesome. All right.
Me.
Just trying to get all the facts.
Basically, this is what happened. At the end of the year last year, I found out that bands share a Google Calendar and they dark out dates. That date was darked out because somebody in the band was going on vacation. So Woody and I look at it. We don't bother to put the DP gig on there because the date is already fucking blacked out.
It
right?
happens. Right.
Turns out that whoever was taking that vacation no longer was going on that vacation, and about a month ago opened the date up, and I never went back to look at it. Miguel books the fucking date. No fault of his. It was my bad for not putting the fucking thing on there to play.
I guess
but
he
it
never
sounds
saw the
like a
birthday
normal
show on
my
the same
bad
day.
kind of situation.
Well, I'm on stage. We're about to go on, and I look at Woody, and I'm like, dude, we're fucking double booked on Allie's birthday. I feel awful about this. I really do. Like, and I don't care if anybody's got sympathy for me. Woody's the same way. I mean, like, I have a pit in my stomach just fucking talking about it. So I wait till we play our gig, and I wait till the next day and talk to Woody, and I'm like, what's unfortunate is I have to cancel the DP show.
Right.
I'm not saying it's right or it's wrong, but we're trying to. The whole reason I started this band was to try to make money. It's a business. It's not for fun.
Wow. So like he didn't even consider. So all the stuff about. I mean, what he's saying is he didn't even say anything about trying to make it work. He just said, "Done."
Well, if you listen to past shows, he kept saying it wasn't about the money. Like it wasn't about the money.
No, it is. It's Paper Chase, Mark. That's the
I
name of the
understand, but when I
band.
asked Cheese about doing it, he's like, no, it's I don't understand a fucking name, Allie. What I'm saying is...
Yeah, I mean, I get it.
I'm like that dog next door.
Going back to Pickle.
Oh, come on. I can do better.
Yeah.
All right. Well, damn. Well, that didn't make me feel any better, honestly. But anyway, continue. You got more of that?
Yeah, dude.
The unfortunate thing is that Woody now is roped into all of Cheese's
that's where I'm
decision.
really,
Woody,
like-
if you're listening, Woody, you're not being held, responsible for any of this at all.
Right.
We understand. We know who the guilty party is. He admitted it on there. Poor Dickie walks in. I hope he knew what he was getting involved in.
No, he had no idea. Honestly, because too, I listened to this the first time because I couldn't. I had to again take myself out of it.
Yeah.
I listened to this today for the first time, and I had it on before I kind of chopped this out. And listened to it, and I go, "Wow, Dickie had no idea what was going on."
Funny thing is, he couldn't
but-
get me because I quit.
Right.
He went to Bobby, his next short thing, couldn't get him. And Dickie gets third place.
God, it's like walking on a
That's not
landmine.
cool, man.
Yeah, and then he walks into that, and he's trying to make it okay. I hope
fucked up to
Dickie
do to
would not
somebody.
fuck over his friends. Now, fuck your friends. Wait, you booked a show. A show is a show.
right,
Business is
right,
business. There's money
right,
being made
right.
at Twist. It might not be the same $3,000. Fucking shit ain't worth $3,000.
$3,000.
Can't help it if somebody dumb fuck at Shamrocks. Like, God, how much are you playing for the midgets?
$3,000.
Dude, it's a midget wrestling event,
All
so
right,
I'm
so-
assuming that they're going to take money from the tickets for the midget wrestling, which
So-
can be more expensive, and give it to them.
So where's the line, though,
Whatever.
to where you booked a show? So
Right.
you're going to tell me the Molly Ringwalds at a Bag of Donuts are going to book a show, say, for $1,200, and then somebody offers them $30,000, and they're going to cancel that show to take the best bidder? Like, you don't book shows, and it doesn't work
Don't
like
know,
that.
but I don't think they would do that.
So
'cause
it
it's not
doesn't make it
good
okay.
business practice.
So it's either fucking Upton or Miguel that's sitting there pressuring this. That's who I would guess with it. Definitely, I doubt it's Woody unless those diapers are that damn expensive or he's willing to do. If he can only not change diapers if he's making a certain amount of money. I don't think it's about the money. I think something
Something else is up.
DP wasn't the same after Dave died, and I think that was the case. I don't think they wanted to do it, but then you can't string something along. Like, that's another thing, man. People need to stop being cowards. You're doing more harm by not saying the truth when you feel it's harmful or hurtful than you are of just saying it. Like, if that's the truth, say it. But no, certain people don't do that. They want to string things along so they could still milk it for all it's worth. They don't want to say it's gone. They don't want to say they don't want to do it. After the interview I did with him after their last DP show, I'm like, he doesn't want to do it. That's where I thought that we'd get the reply, we can't do it. DP can't realistically do the show. And then we would have felt okay about asking other people. We asked because we thought you wanted to do it. You kept saying. That's the point. Don't write fucking checks that you have no plan on ever paying the money.
Exactly.
Like, that's bad. That's bad business. Like, don't make this like you made some business decision and had to make money because that's what this is. It's paper chase. That's fucking bullshit. Like, it really is. That's what pissed me off, and that's what's wrong. It was wrong what he did to fucking Allie, and it's wrong way wrong what he did to fucking Steve. That pissed me off so bad, and I'm like, I don't want that to happen to me. Look what happened to Woody. He already lost 2 cats by being friends with Cheese.
Oh, God.
Like, Woody, the writing's on the wall, pal. Run for your life.
Do it too far with the cat.
God, where's Pickle when you need him? Going back to Whine and Cheese.
Yes.
But anyway, that's kind of the last thing about how I felt with that. And it had to end. It's really unfortunate. I do feel passionately about it. Cheese keeps telling me how great Whine and Cheese are, and people really like it. And it's just a new group of people who are getting to hear that name and us talk about him because he talks about the cover band scene. I think it was kind of cool to branch off into that. The original, I consider us more the original music scene. That really intrigues me.
Oh, yeah.
It's what I'm into. It's a totally different type of person that watches original music, and the
I consider
cover
them
band
more of
thing's
an
great,
artist,
but I
right.
think the cover band thing is just a different set of people.
Well, it's for like a breeding event. It's different
Correct.
from if you go to see original band, you're going there to really see the band. When you go somewhere where there's going to be a cover band, it's mostly like
Try to
something
get
to
laid.
dance and try to socialize and interact. I don't think it's about the music. I mean, of course, they like the music. That's why they're going.
And they
but
do a damn good job.
Yeah,
Not
it's
taking
for
any,
social events. Yeah.
Yeah, by getting to know the people in the cover scene, I met some incredible
Oh, yeah,
artists.
a
and
lot of
I'm
friends in
just
that
like,
scene.
man, that's where talented people go to die.
Oh, I respect that.
Like, I couldn't
respect
make it
what,
in
you
an
know.
original scene, but damn, I can pull this off, or I'm a hell of an entertainer, or
Right.
like
I don't
that.
even think some of it. I don't really think it's they couldn't make it in the original scene. I think some people are just really good at doing like tributes or like to me the Molly Ringwalds are the best cover band because they provide like an engulfing experience. I don't see that as like some cover band knockoff bullshit. Like I see that as these guys are artists. They transform themselves. They're actors. They all do the fucking accents. They all play all the instruments. You know what I mean? And their stage show. I mean, that's one of the most amazing things I've seen in a cover band.
Yeah, I think original is kind of like a long shot, and as you get older, the betting on the long shot starts becoming more and more difficult, and you have to go take a $3,000 midget wrestling fucking show. Because you're a cover band and
Well,
you're doing
also-
it to make money. The number one reason going into it is not artistic expression, or the reason why you put together a cover band is to make money.
Can I say something
And
else?
unfortunately, that's all it is. And if you want to spend all your day, like working your regular jobs to try to make money, and then you want to spend your entire evenings and time off trying to make money, where do you actually live or have meaningful relationships that are not based on
agree.
finances?
Everybody lives different ways. I was just gonna say, you know what's another thing about the money is that $3,000 is a really good paycheck for a band, for a cover band, especially at, you know, an event. Like most of these places like Hurricanes or whatever, they probably make half that.
Nice
for
to
a
have
show.
you back.
No, but I'm just trying to make a point. So they probably thought, wow, this is the most money we might ever get at this point in our career, you know. And
But
they all
at the
got
same time, you're
excited.
willing to kind of throw that away for the repercussions and all those kind of things for a one-time shot.
I think
of getting that.
I think Cheese obviously did that, but like the other people in Paper Chase who are not in DP, because like two of them were in DP, or at least one of them was, but the people in Paper Chase who were not in DP, they probably were like, we don't give a fuck what y'all had booked, we're not missing out on this money. Like I really do believe they probably had like a lot. They had like a fight over it.
What do you think's a good price for me to charge to do Whine and Cheese?
I just don't think you should do it.
$100 a show?
Oh, I was going to say a little higher. Always start, if you want $100, you got to always start a little higher.
$250?
I would say probably $250, and then you
Alright.
could probably get about $175 a show.
Well, Cheese, low blow, Chris, for $250 a show. So I told him we'll be back.
No, because then what if he pays you from the midget gig and you have to go do the show?
Well, it's going to run out eventually.
That's true.
I'll take
There's
the
only
money.
so many
I'll take
midgets.
the money and invest it into not real radio.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
And then one day I just will text him. I think I fucked up. I accidentally booked a not real radio show. They're paying me $50 more. But I don't know, man. It felt really weird this weekend. We did go to the Tecmo Bowl thing. Congratulations,
Yeah,
Kevin Guillory.
Dude, Kate
Walked
goes to
away the
fucking-
winner of the Tecmo Bowl. Tony couldn't control himself in more ways than
He
one.
was-
Very
wow.
obnoxious, was very hateful and evil to Pickle Man. That was uncomfortable to watch that. We were like, no, we don't kick him anymore. He's like, no, I'm going to jump on him. Shove my hand in his butt. Look at Mayday perk up. Welcome back, Sprinkles. But he was out of control. Turtle was funny. B-Goat did a great job on that, except scheduling it. We had to wait for the boring-ass
Yeah, that
playoff
was-
game
that
to
was
end.
kinda-
You know.
Wow.
Well, I was already suffering
I was
depression.
having fun, dude. Squiz was there. I was
That
chilling.
was cool to see Squiz out and about.
I like that.
Did he have a
People
good
were
time?
petting him and shit. Oh, he loved it, dude. He ate it up. Whatever eating he can do, you know.
I got sick immediately after that thing. I think
Oh,
the
makes
cat's
sense.
making me sick.
Oh yeah, he's got a few. He's got dander, so to speak.
Years of it.
Barn dander.
But that was a good time. Did y'all have fun at it?
I did. I had a great time. I thought it was
I
fun.
had a lot
You
of
did.
fun.
Cool.
I gotta say, the Goat Boys, man, they've really been pushing hard lately. I don't know what's going on with them, but
What's going on?
Hey, I think it was that article on VH1, dude. They realized,
It may
hey,
have been,
we
but
fucking
hey, they're
legit.
stepping it up. And even B-Goat, I mean, I gotta say, B-Goat was slacking for a little bit. I felt kind of hard, like tripping.
Yeah, he must have changed his drug intake or something.
Yeah,
Must be
whatever
doing
he's
more.
doing. Yeah, hey, more surge, whatever it takes.
Fucking
Those
energy
dudes
drink.
are really
Boy, when he
awesome.
crashes, that's gonna be
Oh,
hard.
oof.
Diabetes.
They did some cool shit over the
Do
past
gooks
couple
get
weeks.
diabetes?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
I thought they might be immune to that, like
No.
white people and sickle cell. It was fun. Kevin was good, but and god damn it, like him or not, it would have been better with cheese there. I know it, and that's what fucking hurts me so much.
Yeah.
It's like, man, he keeps telling me you're good at this, and people enjoy it. Like, yeah, I'm not the one that needs that. Fucking
Right.
Zartome. I know what the fuck I'm good at. Goddamn good at this shit.
Right?
To tell me I'm good at this. I need you to tell me fucking you got my 250, motherfucker. show Tom the money.
Yep.
Hey, thanks again to Harry who called me this week and picked me up when I was down. Incredible conversation there with him.
Asshole, he didn't call fucking me. He's still got my number. Jick.
You don't put yourself out there. Everything goes through me. That's what I realized too this week.
I
Like,
could have used
oh,
a little
man.
Harry, a little helpful Harry this week.
A little helpful Harry pick me up.
A little pick me up. It would have been good.
A little help from Harry.
I like Harry. I really
I
do.
like Harry,
Harry's
too.
a great
I've
guy.
always thought he was
You know,
cool.
I
Well-
like his. You know, whatever.
I liked him for a while, and then I didn't. Now I do again.
Well, and hey, Harry in small, concentrated doses, the best.
Yes.
Too much of Harry, just like too much sweets, too much whatever.
Yeah, but you know what? He's
It's
changed
bad,
too.
You know?
Like
It's too
he's
much.
changed a lot, dude. He's like really
You
grown.
think?
He told Mark that he grew a lot as a person from
Yeah,
the
he's
show.
huge now. Catching up with Pickle.
I think everybody learned a lot about themselves from doing that show.
Yeah, it was incredible.
God, Harry's. I don't know. Just Harry.
So coming up, let's look towards the future a little bit. Not real radio. How are y'all feeling? Y'all like this? Except Allie already quit.
You crossed the line, Mark.
Besides the dead cat thing. All right, thank you.
Yeah. Wow.
Going back to pickles. Pickles. I'm going back to pickles. I don't think so. I'm going back to pickles for my microphone and my cables and my stand. I don't have anything else. Yeah, mute that and get Tidbits to do it better. Well, we're hoping to stream live again if Allie, doesn't quit.
That would be cool. I kind of miss, like, I have to kind of check myself to go, oh, nobody's listening right now. You know, it's kind of us, but you know what I mean? Like, when we go live, I feel like whether it's one person or 20 people or however many are listening, I feel like, I don't know, a light's on.
It's a little different, yeah.
Kind of have to be a little more on your toes. Not like what you say or who you say it about, just more of, putting that best foot forward kind of thing. Going back to our always want to try to up the game.
In which case, I'm looking forward to the live show.
Yeah, and I tell you what,
Yeah,
listening to it recorded, you forget that it's live.
Right.
And the things you do, knowing that that wasn't done post-edit, that's what makes it. And if we don't do it live, there's no real proof that, no, Mayday is doing that shit in real time. You're not hearing a show that's all chopped up and made this way. This is the way it happened. I think that adds a added level of excitement. It's not about who's listening while it's live. It's the fact that we performed it live.
Right. Yeah, it's
So
a
that'll
one-shot kind of go.
That'll
I
be
like
fun.
that.
Try to get back into that. And then maybe the following week, phone calls.
I like phone calls, man.
Phone calls are great.
We had a good little run towards the end of the phone calls, We
I've
really
been working
did.
on some little side bits. Some people will call in and do something. I'm hoping Popcorn Piss and Vinegar gets
Oh, man,
involved,
that'd
and
be
we'll do
great.
some movie reviews with them and kind of what's to look out for in television and movies. That'll be kind of fun. And then I talked to Tidbits. It's things that he finds during the week interesting that he would like to say something about. So we'll have that little bit. I even talked to Vinny about doing maybe music or something. I don't know. Vinny's got some broad interest and he's a very passionate guy.
Yeah.
So it might be
I
fun to
consider
have
him
Vinny.
an artist. Like, I like to hear his views
yeah.
on some things, He's
Yeah,
very
yeah,
interesting.
definitely. I'm like that too. It's unfortunately he's a recluse. He doesn't like to go out in public, but I
Call.
understand.
Hey, the phone call's right there, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he can use the phone.
I like
so
that.
that'll be fun. And then possibly getting into writing another original series, doing
man,
one of
that'd
our
be-
radio not real plays.
That'd be really fun. I really enjoyed those, I gotta say.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad too that we did both of those. Sunday Night Stars and the Claws on Picklescoop, because the first one was a little rough, but we kind of saw the potential. And then when we got to hear the Claws, it was like the payoff. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It was like, man, so good. Pickle, Crazy. I mean, all those guys were just so good. You know?
Yeah. And I see this being a little more of a controlled environment.
Right.
It's like not as chaotic.
Well, yeah,
So-
definitely.
I
mean,
do
we
like
can
the chaos, though.
Oh, dude, that
sometimes.
was so fun.
Yeah.
Like, it was incredible.
I didn't like the chaos when the fucking pig would just show up.
No,
like
no, it
that, or
depended on
somebody
the
would
people.
fucking railroad the show. That was the problem I always had too. Kind of like, hey man, we're still doing a show.
Controlled chaos.
Right.
was
We're still
always fun.
driving in this 4-lane highway. Don't run into the ditch. You know.
Yeah, it's things you do on the show as a guest, or to be entertaining and cause. But then there's things you start doing that's just harmful, and sometimes harmful is funny and it's good.
Right.
It's just the longevity of it that goes. All right,
Right.
it's all about timing, right?
Yep.
Yeah, man, you were a little nervous in that first
It was
segment.
a little weird. I gotta say.
It was.
It was. I mean, that's the first time you've lived and done something for what we've been there 4 years at that location, because we started at the other house. I don't know, 2 years, something like that, give or
Right.
take.
Before the rape, it was a comfort zone.
I don't know if I can go back.
Ever. That's how you know when you're doing something, though, when you get that adrenaline. And I paced my ass off since like 3 o'clock today. I was so glad I had shit to set up because I couldn't stop just pacing.
Yeah, it was go for me all day too, man. And it felt good. It felt like, all right, I remember this. I want to be,
Yeah, cram session, because maybe they
Right.
thought we were going to do it next Sunday for some odd reason. The truth is, he wants to go to Tool, like a tool.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm really interested. Tony Drama's actually supposed to be going too. I'm actually interested to see what it is, how Tool does, and equally how Primus does. I was
And I know
very
you'll
impressed
give an
with
honest
Primus.
review.
I think I will too. I've seen Tool. I think I've seen him twice. We saw him back about 2010 or something like that. It's been a while, so
Right.
I'm interested to see.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a good show, but I hope I'm wrong. And I know you'll be honest about it.
Yeah.
Like, you're not one of those people who are so
Right.
brain dead like fucking Cheese Loblo Chris. You haven't melted your brain to mush with cover music, so you'll give an honest interpretation. Speaking of which, we got a few more nails to put in the coffin. Mayday actually has a few more clips from the Whine and Cheese with Dickie English and Cheese. I think it's number 16. About
Allie asked these two bands to play because we were
Right.
that's who she wanted to spend her night with. So Woody and I are like scrambling, trying to get a sub. It didn't work out. So I had to let them know, look, I'm sorry. And I guess I totally misjudged their reaction because when I told them that, for one, they won't talk to me on the phone.
He didn't
or
call.
see me in person. And
Haven't been
Mark
out.
quit the Whine and Cheese show, quit Picklescoop, and they basically don't want to have anything to do with me.
Okay.
I think he's like, great.
Yeah, like how do you follow that
Wow.
up?
Yeah, because he had no idea about any of this, and then
That's
he's just
kinda
like, "What
funny.
the fuck?" They quit.
So what? I was supposed to call him? Like, I'm not the one that fucked up. Like, I'm supposed to call him? Like, I would have answered. Believe me, I would have loved to answer.
Yeah, fuck.
Been much better than a
Right.
phone call. Fuck
Right.
you. Man, but we ended up seeing him out, I think, last weekend.
All right.
And, dude, it was cool. I'm, like, not even mad at him. Like, I understand what you did. You made a point. Like, you made things clear to me. I'm no longer mad at you. I'm happy I came away unscathed.
Before it
I was
happened.
glad to see them.
Coulda-
And you know,
Could have
the
been
thing
the
is,
next quiz in a box.
we asked 2 other bands to fill the spot because I'm like, okay, it's time to start. So I immediately started asking other bands, and you know, most people are already booked by now because now
Right.
it's like January, and you know what? The Jukebox Heroes were the true heroes,
Yeah.
and they stepped up.
The elder
that's
was
brilliant.
another person I had to consult when all this went down. I acted, though, before I consulted. Usually I call Chris first to talk me down. I love the elder. Anytime, I know he's the elder. Every time something happens, I have to go consult him.
Right, he's the
Yeah.
wise one.
Yeah, I take peyote, I get all full of dirt, I puke a couple of times, and I go on this long journey through
He's
the
your
mountains of
Obi-Wan.
Tibet, and there's the elder right on the other side of the Himalayas. It's cold. I'm miserable. It's kind of like Fallout. Kill some things along the way. But man, I waited this time because I'm like, I'm doing it. I was fucking so angry. I did it so fast, like it was weird. I was supposed to call Mayday and have a final conference with him. I called Mayday. He didn't answer. Last time I was going to do this, I was like, man, I got to call Pickle or go see him and do the deed. I said, I'll give Mayday 20 minutes to call me, and then I'm doing it. Mayday called me in 19 minutes, right before I was, I had the phone in my hand to call Pickle and go, I'm sorry, boss. I love you, Podfather, but I can't do this anymore. And Mayday calls, and I'm like, dude, good thing you called. Like, I was about to end this bitch. And he goes, well, I just left Pickles, and I fixed the internet, and I fixed the phone, and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, God damn, I was about to can it, and you just saved it.
Yeah, and I was like, man, Mayday, seriously?
So this time,
I remember.
this time I couldn't wait. I'm like, I can't do this while he's at work and I'm at work. So I get off, and I'm like, I call Mayday, and he doesn't answer. I immediately hang up and dial Pickles' number. I'm like, man, look, sorry, boss, I can't do this anymore. One of the funny things in that phone call is Pickle asked me, what happened Sunday? I was like, dude, you don't fucking realize your lawn furniture's been remodeled? Like, that's how hard Mayday kicked it. It didn't even exist. Like, there wasn't even evidence.
Yeah, it shattered and dispersed, like almost dissolved.
It was funny. Like something out of the Matrix, not real table.
Oh, it definitely moved in slow-mo, but it happened fast. It was fucked up.
Yeah, you got any more clips from this?
I think I got one more. Let's see here.
So far, he's not making me feel better about the situation.
And then
He told me he quit the Picklescoop show, too.
Which only, the timing, yeah, he was a little bit responsible for the timing. Like, it was the thing that pushed it over the edge. Like, I'm not doing this show with Cheese, and if I'm going to cancel this show, I might as well just cancel the whole fucking thing and just give up and walk away. It was very much unlike me, but I felt noble in my retreat, I guess, just because the amount of people involved. Like, I felt like it would have been disrespectful to everybody involved, including myself, to continue to be a part of like Whine and Cheese, and not Picklescoop as much as that just seemed like it was a convenient time to kind of do it. Like, it might sound wrong, but it was
there's
like,
no good time.
right, there's no good time, and that was like another thing, a mountain, a hurdle, and something to go through, and I'm like, I can't go through it anymore. Going to the fucking Metro Center, that's it.
Going to the Metro Center, baby.
You're listening to Not Real Radio.
Battered women coming, knock on our door.
But all right, well, I guess that situation's kind of cleared up and over.
Yeah, I mean,
Would y'all
I think
say so?
Both sides have been presented at this point. We've had our say. We've presented our case, and the public can make their own decision.
Yeah, man, you ever like date a chick, or if you're a chick, you date a guy, and no one really has anything bad to say of it, and then you break up, and next thing you know, everybody hated him for so long, and they're like, man, I knew Cheese wasn't well liked, but holy shit.
God, huh?
Like the hatred for him.
Came out.
Yeah, like it's actually, I feel bad now.
There's only one other person I know of that is more hated than him. I'm not going to mention a name, but you know, because you hate him out there. I don't, though. I don't even hate Cheese now. Like, I don't. I feel bad that it's like that, or he's like that. And it makes me wonder,
why
just
is
temporarily, was he always like that, or is that something he's going through? And if so, am I being like a bad person for not sticking by somebody through a hard time?
No,
but I think sometimes you help someone by making a hard decision. And man, I'm telling you, this was the two hardest decisions I've made.
Really long
I'd like
time,
to think in my life, but at least for the last, 20 years or so.
Wow.
Like, this was a huge decision of going, God damn, I just ended two things like that I was really invested in, and people I enjoy being around. Like, what is life going to be like without those people? And
Yeah, it made me sad too.
it was wild. I still love them both to death. Like, I enjoy seeing them.
Yeah.
All right, maybe a little bit.
I mean,
fuck
you
it.
know.
I hope I never see neither one of those motherfuckers ever again. But still, I don't know. I'm forgiven, but I will never forget.
At time,
Just know how close you can
right.
get to somebody,
Yeah, maybe time will tell.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It usually does.
I hope he makes a fortune with this paper chase thing.
Me too. I hope it becomes the next big thing.
Yeah, me too. There's a lot of dumb fucking people out there.
Oh
They
yeah,
got a
just
good
go
shot.
to go to like a Legend show or something.
$3,000 we were going to get paid.
God damn, that's a lot of fucking money, dude.
I'm actually kind of interested now. The only little closure I would want is
Right.
after all this, all right, how much did you really make? After everything's said and done, kind of thing, Not that it really matters, just kind of
After BMI takes their cut.
Right.
But yeah, once again though, it may have not been about the money, like you said. He probably just didn't want to do DP anymore and didn't know how to say
Oh,
it.
and that was his
You
way
know,
of
just like, you know what, dude, I don't really want to do this
cleaning
anyway.
house?
This is my out.
damn.
Yeah. I don't know. Oh, moving on.
I think I hear something running.
It's getting interesting already.
I think it's a refrigerator. Would you like me to amplify the refrigerator?
That loud motherfucker, huh?
Oh, it picks up a lot, dude.
I have to go move it outside. Oh, great. What is she doing, Mayday? I thought we were going to do this here. It wouldn't be so chaotic.
Oh, no.
What did you do?
Oh, she turned it
man.
off. Goodbye to all your food.
So like, all right. So
I don't
kept
like her with
feeling
the
like
straight hair.
I felt like I heard a toilet running, you know,
Yeah.
and I
Was
tried to
something wrong
ignore
with
it,
it?
and then I went back and it was still going.
Oh,
I
was it?
peed a while back. And
Yeah,
it's
Mayday
still,
fucked it up, I think.
no, it was me that fucked it up because it didn't
Really?
do that until I flushed it.
Right.
And I thought, man, you know what? Sometimes I use a lot of toilet paper. Maybe it's
Oh,
like
Jesus,
stuck or
what?
something, you know?
What's happening down there?
Yeah, a lot of things. So I was like, yeah. And then I went in there and jiggled the thing a little bit, and then I opened the thing and looked at it, and then it stopped. So I knew eventually it would figure it would either be stopped or I'd have to like.
I can hook up the blow dryer
Plunge
for you
it
if you
out.
want.
Fucking flood the apartment. That's going to be epic. I'm going to feel water coming in.
But yeah, honestly, I felt like if I didn't go check it, that it was gonna flood and it was gonna be my fault because I heard.
Definitely would have been your fault.
So
Just a
it's-
leak.
So it's fixed. Everybody can relax now.
Mayday's so happy you got something to play sound effects
Oh,
over.
thank God.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll watch it now review.
All right.
The other night, Mayday, we watched Constantine, which is an older movie which stars Keanu Reeves.
2005.
That's when it was?
Yeah, it was 10 years.
Damn, I thought it was
Well, about
older
11.
than that. It seemed aged when we watched it.
I don't know. Keanu Reeves just doesn't fucking age. That dude just looks great.
It seemed like a comic book movie. Like, you know how comic book movies changed? They're more of like
I think it is
suspense
based off of a
dramas
comic
now,
book. Right,
where
right,
back in
right.
the day, they were very comic booky. I don't think they knew how to take that medium and make a movie out of it.
Yeah, this was before the epic comic book movie age or whatever. But it was one thing. It was based off a comic book supposedly, but it was weird because it was like a religious based one instead of like super people, so to speak. It was more like god powers or whatever, and the devils. I thought that was kind of interesting because I don't see that a lot in comics.
Yeah, and Tim Lottie had mentioned with the Night Stars gig he's got with the UN that there's a certain level of propaganda. They kind of give you something to propagandize about in the comic book. And I guess that's so that they can use government money to pay you.
Probably not supposed to talk about that. I'm sorry, I don't know, but
Dead cats,
you just
man.
tell everybody. Okay, so they're purposely putting propaganda in your books, like.
Motherfuck, man. Pickle used to let me say whatever I want. And Cheese did enough damage on his own. Going back.
All right, look, when we do a live show, I won't be able to say, let's go back, so fuck it.
Nothing has changed.
All that's changed.
Oh,
So the whole movie was kind of about angels and demons, you know, doing
alright.
battle on Earth. So very religious, a lot of
Really?
religious undertones,
Yeah, like
and
a lot of church
anti-smoking propaganda.
Whoa,
Really?
filled with anti-smoking propaganda, which was kind of weird. But you know what? That might have actually been in the book. You know what I mean? So like they might have, because you know how back in the day they had a lot of that in comic books.
That's what I just said. It never ended. It's still
see,
there.
I'm doing good, Pickle. I'm repeating what you said with just less good words. See, I'm doing it. Am I doing good?
Yeah.
No, I want another pickle in here.
Yes.
We're gonna have to get somebody in here. Maybe Turtle's available.
Well, either way.
And I don't mind the storyline. Like, it could have actually worked as propaganda. That the guy's a chronic smoker. I mean, he's smoking, chain smoking.
He finds out he's got lung
is he
He
doing
cancer.
finds out he's got lung cancer.
Like
and he's
bad
trying
to
to
where they
write.
Damn.
He's trying to write his life or do enough things good and positive so that he can get to heaven.
Right.
all
So he's
right.
trying to save people and do good stuff. He's like a really
'Cause
good
he's dying.
exorcist.
All right.
So he goes and helps people that are, you know, and to try to like clear his soul or whatever so that he can get into heaven because he knows he's dying.
that sounds pretty good.
When the
It's pretty
propaganda
cool.
gets to the fact where they're like zooming in on the Surgeon General warnings and like
They literally
really?
did that. Randomest scene ever. The cigarettes are sitting there and all of a sudden they zoom in and everything blurs but the whole paragraph about the Surgeon General's warning.
remember the monkey commercial? That was less propaganda than this movie. Like, they did a better job making those little "don't be a monkey" fucking commercials than this movie. Like, it got bad to where it was making the movie unenjoyable. It felt like you were watching a long PSA or something.
It kind of felt like they were telling you what to believe one way or the other, and also about the cigarettes thing. It was pretty interesting. But it was like, you know what, dude? You see in stuff like Jessica Jones and everything, like the heavy alcoholism, and they show like the downfall of it. So I guess it's more subtle, but there's still, which I'd rather, I would please fucking show people how bad and how difficult alcohol can make life. But you know what I'm saying?
Just listen to me cough on the show. It's all the evidence you need.
Yeah, I mean, we already know Mark's going to die of lung cancer, but at least, you know.
At least I'll sound cool with that box.
At least I'll get to keep this sweet setup here. And, he can leave me all his toys. I get 2 computers, I think.
All the toys.
Yeah, all the stuff that you
I'm
have.
not one of those fucking weirdos that collects dolls.
What, you got an Xbox, huh? I get
Oh,
to
okay,
play,
yeah.
Fallout?
Yeah, I got adult toys like Xboxes and shit.
That's
where-
not toys?
No. It's adult equipment.
Yeah.
I
It's
like your
leisure
camera.
equipment.
No, but like, yeah, I mean, I think that they're still doing the same thing, but since that one was based off of that book, it was an older book, I guess, you know, or I don't know how that works, but
I thought it was going to be way better.
I
Like,
fell
watching
asleep.
it
I didn't
now-
get to see the end. So I
Yeah,
don't
we
know.
never will watch the end because
That
it's
kind of
shit.
sucks. No, I want
It's
to know what
horrible.
happened.
He
You get
gets
me
into
invested
heaven.
in shit. Does he?
Yeah, I'll walk away from things. You know that.
I know, but I hate because then it's like hanging for me. Like, what happened?
Well, who cares? How is that going
I
to affect your
do.
life by not knowing how Constantine ends?
It makes you
Because-
wonder.
Why?
Because, dude, I have
It's
like a
crap.
list. Hey, I have a
But
list.
still,
of,
you want to see how it
No,
how
I
it
don't.
ends.
Right, I have a list in my brain of fucking movies that I never saw the end of, and whether I don't think about it on a daily basis, but every now and then somebody will mention that movie, and I'll feel a little pang, like, oh damn it, I never.
Yeah, I feel a
fucking-
little pain like I'm watching it again, how much it sucked.
I just feel like I invested at least an hour of my time into it, and then I didn't see the end. Like
I
that
just
fucks
go, this
with
is
me.
another Picklescoop wine and cheese, a waste of my fucking time. Oh.
But anyway, I
Edit
thought it
that
was
out
cool.
too,
I don't know
man.
why you didn't like it. I thought it was cool.
Really, you liked it?
I did.
The special effects you thought were okay?
I thought it was pretty well done. They had some weird, gory scenes in it.
Yeah, it had a couple of cool things.
I remember seeing it like right when it came out, and I remember a couple parts, and it was kind of cool. I just remember some parts were, I don't know, kind of weird.
Oh, you
Maybe
know what
that
else?
was the end.
It was
Yeah.
it was shot really cool, like
Really?
really cool. Like if you would make a still frame out of it, you know what I mean? Like awesome, like cinematography. They line stuff up really symmetrically and cool, like entry of scenes. Like it starts off in a cool position. Like I thought it was well done in that respect.
Hey, maybe I just got pissed off with the anti-smoking propaganda.
You probably did.
I don't remember that. I gotta say.
Yeah, it's hard now.
It was blatant.
You look at movies different, you
Oh,
know, after
definitely.
time, and you look back and you go,
Definitely.
damn, I didn't even realize that. But anyway, it was
Yeah,
all right.
yeah.
Would you say to watch it or not? It's available on Netflix.
I'd say yeah. I would say because it gives you like a different perspective. Like, it's like a different type of comic book movie because it's a different world. It's a different. They're using the spiritual realm instead of like the superhero universe
Gotcha. All right. Well,
or the
speaking
Catholic
of movies,
spiritual realm.
we went to some movies, 2 of them now, since we had 2 weeks off. Reiterate how painful that was. I know people want to know what I think and what I've been up to, and they hear my voice. Like, it comforts them. I understand that now.
Oh.
All right. Anyway, we went to see 2 movies with the Tuesday night movie crew. The Elder.
Every Tuesday night they go to a different movie and
It's
Yeah.
fun. Allie really likes going because sometimes, man, when it was on Monday, there was no motivating me to
Oh,
go.
man, yeah,
like
'cause
after Sunday night and the
groceries.
weekend,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then we
it's
go on a
fucking
like,
done.
yeah,
Yeah,
we were like, yeah,
done.
no way. We tried it a couple of times, and it was just made it. Man, we get home at 11 o'clock at night from the grocery, haven't eaten. I'm like, shit. But anyway, moved it to Tuesday night, which is great because I got Monday out the way, and it's kind of cool. And they were going to see the Revenant, and Allie wanted to go, and Mayday actually really wanted to go. So I'm like, all right, cool, let's make this happen.
and we went.
It was another 3-hour movie. The first one we went
It
to
was
was
long as a
Inception with them,
motherfucker.
and it,
Oh.
man,
I
that's
didn't
hard
go
to
see
do.
Inception with him. Who?
Oh, I didn't
Not
get to see
Inception,
it.
whatever it was, Interstellar,
Oh yeah, okay.
and that was a 3-hour one.
Oh.
And it's not that you're going with him; it's just that it's a 3-hour
3-hour
movie.
movie.
And like on a Monday was rough. Tuesday was a little better. Unfortunately, this was the Tuesday that was going through all that
Right.
bullshit with the shows
Yeah.
and quitting everything.
Yeah, we got to City Greens and I was like, "What's up?" I was so pissed. I was so because I had just gotten the message from Cheese. I'm like, "Son of a bitch, I cannot believe." And like,
So this
then I
movie-
see them all cute and smiling, and I'm like, "Oh fuck."
It was kind of nice to have something to do, kind of like the
It was
Tecmo
nice.
Bowl,
They were good.
party. Congratulations
there.
once again. K-Goat.
K-Goat.
House of Goats. Check them out. Best band in the city. I'll put fucking K-Goat up against Bobby any day of the week.
Oh,
and K-Goat's
Well-
actually writing most of his material that B-Goat hasn't
Yeah,
written for him.
but Kevin's in his prime. Bobby like already did that.
Oh, jeez. I'm going to have to edit that one
I
out.
didn't know he was doing anything musically. I haven't heard anything. I'm sorry. I thought he wasn't doing that anymore. I'm sorry.
All right, so we go to the movie, and I'm going to say that didn't help the movie. You know what I'm saying? I went in with like a weird mindset. My brain was somewhere else.
Definitely.
But lucky for me, you don't even need a brain to like this movie.
Oh, what?
My opinion, I'll let y'all go next, but I didn't really like it. I didn't think it was that good. And all the hype about it, they made that movie. Like, I think if people would have just happened to go and see that movie, they would have walked away and said, that was okay.
Right.
But the fact that the whole promo for this movie was it's an award-winning movie and it's going to be
Based on a
nominated.
true story,
It's like the fucking thing ain't even out yet, and you're just telling everybody it's an award-winning movie. Nobody who's seen the thing. And
Well, I think
what-
they say award-winning actors, even though I think DiCaprio didn't have one.
No,
No, they were saying he's going to
Oh.
win awards for this movie. And so I'm going in thinking I'm going to see a monumental movie, something that is going to go on that list of, hey, you have to see this movie. Apocalypse Now, maybe First Blood. You know, things like that. Just movies like that you like become staples. And you got The Godfather, you know. But I'm thinking that's what we're going to see. And in my mind, it wasn't it. It was fucking like watching Passion of the Christ almost, where it's like, this is just ridiculous torture film. It's like, got to be like, here's Leonardo DiCaprio and watch him be tortured. You want to see Leonardo be tortured? Go watch What's Eating Gilbert Grape. All right?
Oh.
That's a better movie. You have to see. Put that on the list I have to see.
That's a great movie.
Right after Ip Man, Tyree. So I'm just watching the guy get tortured and tortured more and more. I'm a big fan of Tom Hardy, but I couldn't understand what he was saying half the time. I'm like, is it too low or is he mumbling? And after a while, I'm like, that's the character he's
He just
doing.
had that accent.
It sounded like fucking Adam on the M-Hog show. Yeah, it's like he might be saying some really funny shit, but I can't hear it. So I had trouble with that, and I really liked Tom Hardy. I thought he was kind of neat in it. There was things I really liked about the movie. It looked really cool. It's beautiful. It's always cool to watch that outdoor movie. I like survival movies, and it was that. But also, too, it's based on a true story and all this other things that were hyped up to it. The more I watched it, I'm like, if I wouldn't have heard it was an award-winning movie that is based in reality, I wouldn't have cared about any of this. But the fact that that's what it was promoted as, and when I go see it, I'm like, yeah, I'm never taking penicillin again.
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, dude. You don't get that fucked up. And the dude gets fucked up. That bear eats him for lunch practically.
That thing, yeah. Oh, yeah, with the throat thing.
You're not going to get better as time goes on with that.
Right.
So it's like you watch the dude get destroyed. I mean, he's practically dead.
Right.
And all of a sudden, just by being left alone and then buried in dirty soil where, you know, the horses were shitting and everything, and he gets no infection. He actually gets better. He burns his throat so he can eat it and drink again, not have a hole in it, you know? And he progressively gets better and like stronger. It's just not practical. It's dumb. They say based on a true story. Yes, there were white men in America having a conflict with Indians and killing animals for fur. That shit's true.
Right.
The rest of that shit, not true. Like, I'm sorry.
You don't
dude,
know that for sure. You weren't there.
Okay, dude had one hell of an immune system.
Oh, come on. They said his fucking flesh was rotten off of him. It was his will to survive, and not just to survive, but for revenge.
Yeah, and I guess he co-wrote the book probably too. Yeah, then the bear killed me.
Yeah.
But whatever.
It was a little.
It was a bit much.
The horse scene was like, really? All right,
Oh, and he does it like a tom-tom and crawls up inside.
with the Star
it was
Wars
a bit
thing.
much. And then you see him coming out of it.
And he like.
Oh, it's
breaking it up.
disgusting. Yeah, 'cause it's like, oh, yeah. it was-
Kind of weird though. That was a huge scene in Star Wars.
Right.
I don't know if it's Star Wars, whatever. Maybe the number 2, whatever with when he goes and sleeps inside of that thing.
Yeah. Well,
And it just happened to come out like the next. I think The Revenant dethroned Star Wars' #1 selling movie, and they made a throwback scene to Star Wars.
yeah, but when we went to see the other movie,
It's not a horse; it's a sleeping bag.
Big Short, they still had Star Wars playing the next theater over. So they're like still fucking, like, people are still going to it. I mean, it's been around for a while now, isn't it? Like since Christmas?
I don't know. We're not talking about Star Wars on this show. We'll leave
You
that to
fucking
PPV
brought it up,
guys.
man.
I know, my bad. We'll edit it
you're
out.
bad indeed.
Standards and practices.
Edit your face.
This portion of Not Real Radio brought to you by Not Real Surge Movement. Now, House of Goats. Check out House of Goats. Best band in the city. Oh! Oh! That's the new Zombies Eating Sheep song called Oh.
Oh.
Zartome Gorth.
Oh.
All right, so then the next week, Mayday. What did you think of The Revenant?
I thought it was good.
Uh-oh.
Shot well. Leonardo DiCaprio.
DiCaprio.
I know, right?
Ah.
DiCaprio. He's crap. He's a great actor. I gotta say. In that,
He
it was a
played
little
dead.
long-
Like, that's
I know,
easy to
It was
do.
a little long-winded, but I saw how he got into it, and like,
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean? Like that's
was believable.
right? And it was, and I believe that like. He's like, no, put me in the dirt. Like,
Yeah, no,
you know
I
what
got
mean?
that
Like,
too.
I-
Like, yeah.
like, no, I want to fucking be in the
no,
horse.
really
Yeah.
let the bear
Yeah,
bite me.
Yeah, like, well, okay, dude. So I enjoyed that part. After 3 hours, dude, I got up and I was like, I could barely move.
I couldn't wait for him to die. I'm like,
I
oh,
know,
just fucking
kill
die
him.
already.
They could have cut out that whole
Larynx.
big scene. Yeah. They could have cut out a lot of it and kind of condensed it.
Yeah.
It made it, to me, if they're going to make it the Hollywood kind of thing where it's like the whole, typical kind of route he takes and almost dies, comes back for revenge, does it, da-da-da. To me, it's like just speed it up a little bit and kind of give it the 1, 2, 3.
Well, the
verse,
elder
chorus
said it
kinda
needs
bridge.
that to show you how long winter is. I was like, okay, well, why don't we fucking turn off the heater too and see how cold it is? Like, fuck that excuse.
You know what else I can say though? It took you on a journey and it was very immersive. Like for me anyway, I guess I needed to escape at that point. I was having some feelings, but like I felt like it was beautiful scenery and beautiful lands and stuff that they filmed it on, and I felt like I was there, and that was the only time I would ever be. And it was so quiet at certain moments and so like tranquil. And I thought, wow, like I felt like I was kind of almost there in that moment. So I enjoyed that part of it.
Yeah, good point on that.
I kind of felt like that up until about 2:15, 2:30, and I started looking at my watch going like,
All right, I've been here long enough.
Yeah, just kind of
Old and cold.
Indeed.
All right. I'd still say watch it. I don't know. It's going to lose a little bit when it
watching
goes to
at home,
video.
right.
Oh, it's going to be hard to
man,
watch at home.
especially widescreen. That big ass widescreen. Wow, that was impressive with that white. The
It definitely is going to lose a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm thinking if you rent it, you're probably not really gonna like it very much because
Right.
I think part of it, the scenery and everything, was huge with making it good.
Yeah, because I mean, you were the size that it would be to be in there. Like,
Yeah.
you know.
Hey, we would at Not Real Radio would like to know what you think about The Revenant. You can actually send in your comments and emails to notrealradio@gmail.com. Or complaints. If there's anything you don't like about the show, you can send it there, and we will read it on the air. And then delete it. And then cry about it.
Yes.
Deleted.
So the next week, we went and seen The Big Short.
We
I wanted
did.
to go see that so bad.
Why?
It just looked like, I don't know. It was a bunch of good actors together, and I'm always curious to see how they react because it can go. For me, it goes one of two ways. It's either really good or really bad. Just, you know what I mean? There's usually not that like mediocrity kind of thing.
Oh, I got you.
You know what
All
I mean?
right. Yeah, good point. Allie, what'd you think? I'll let you go first.
You know what I think's funny about that is that it seemed that the main actors, like all the ones that you're looking to see, didn't interact with each other except maybe one small short
Really?
scene. Yeah, so that was interesting. They put a bunch of like C actors in there to kind of fill it in, but those people didn't actually interact.
Damn.
So which is kind of weird. But I enjoyed the movie though. I thought it was very well done. I don't know much about that stuff. And I thought that a lot of it sounded legit, that it could be true. So if it is true, it was a really fucking cool and crazy story of what happened with the housing market. And some intelligent people that figured some shit out. So it was interesting, you know. I never know what to believe. So I don't know if it's true or not, but it was cool to watch. And I think they were cool. Fucking Christian Bale, dude. He had a wonky eye and shit. I mean, they did a good job, dude. It was pretty cool.
All right.
What'd you think?
I fucking hated it.
Really?
Damn, you see though, I want to like things, man.
Wow.
I'm not
Why
just
did
saying
you
this
hate
to
it?
be a prick.
What? Give me the overall why. What's the big reason that you didn't
I
like
think it was a trick to get the average brain dead zombie cover
there.
band watching motherfucker to watch a documentary on something they should know. And what they should know is the government and the banking system fucks you. And I think it's just evidence of that.
Oh,
I think
so
it was a
you-
good way of telling people. I don't think it's kind of like the trouble of writing a comic book and then trying to get it to transfer into a good movie. This was a book that was written to be a book and an informative, story, and they tried to convert that into a movie, and it was interesting. There was knowledge I put from it. There was one scene where the guys, the hedge funds guys, go to Florida to kind of investigate for themselves. That was a really cool scene. It was very entertaining and fun to watch. That guy that plays in Anchorman, whatever his name is.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah,
Steve
The
Carell.
Office, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of him. I don't think he's funny. But yet, he
did a good
I
job.
like when
in
he plays character roles
a
like
serious
that.
role, right? He's
Yeah.
not. I don't think he's a
Yeah, but
funny
he's still
comedian.
funny.
Oh,
Right.
really?
I think he's funny, but he did good.
He
yeah.
plays an eccentric well, and he was
All
really
right, fair
good in
enough.
it. Yeah, Christian Bale is a freak of nature,
yeah.
I'm like, why does Batman have a fucked up eye? He didn't talk like Batman.
No, I didn't.
I want to buy those bonds. But they were all good actors.
Bonds.
Brad Pitt's cool and a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, he's cool.
If you're a dude and you don't go, I want to grow up to be fucking Brad Pitt, you're fucking something's wrong with you. You're sticking your hands up people's asses.
Pretty much.
Causing mental trauma. Like, Mayday hasn't been through enough. He's fucking retard, for God's sake. Why is it always the retards and old women?
Wait, can I get extra money if I'm a retard? Do you touch the retard?
Not
If you're
real
a midget-
retard.
If you're a midget, you get extra money.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
All right, so I do think it was a cool way of tricking people into watching something, a documentary. I do think the actors did a great job, but man, it didn't have those cool suspenseful moments. It's almost like they did a good job of not making it a movie to where it's got to get to an absurd level and a guy's living in a whole winter after getting eaten by a bear. Like, they kind of kept it true to life to where you didn't. If you call bullshit at any point in this movie, then that means the movie's bullshit and it means everything it stands for is bullshit. So they did a good job of keeping it probably very true to the
Grounded,
book
yeah.
as much
Yeah,
as they
as
could.
much as they could, yeah.
But that's also what I think didn't make it very good. Like, Wolves of Wall Street goes so far
Right,
into the
right, right.
ridiculousness that they're throwing midgets.
Right.
I'm sure, Cheese Low Blow Chris loves that movie. It's got little midgets flying through the air.
Yay.
But it just didn't transcend mediocrity to me for that reason. But I think that's what also makes it kind of good. So if you want to be entertained and learn about the housing crisis and the stock market, the whole basis of this government in this country, it's a great movie. It's a total propaganda film, just like the guy who goes to
Cigarettes.
Mars thing and the cigarette thing. But I think it's kind of good propaganda. It's not going to help you or make you happy or make you smarter or richer. You just kind of at least an adult about the situation, and you understand that there is no God, you're not going to heaven, and you're getting fucked by the government and the banking system.
Yeah, but I mean,
Add in the private corporations that you work with that is pretty much, communist.
yeah, but I mean, it made me think differently about buying a house.
Yeah, I don't know, not me. It doesn't change the fact.
I already kind of didn't want to, but what I'm saying is, like, it kind of was like, oh, all right. So you'd have to sit there and read like a very thick contract. I'd have to bring it to a lawyer because the point was they're slipping shit in there that people are just signing shit because they're excited about getting a house they
Right.
can't really afford, and they were slipping all kind of shit in on these
Fucked
people.
up shit?
Bad stuff. Yeah.
Really? All right. And this was back in the 80s, right?
No, this was in this was the housing crisis of 2008.
Oh. All right. I didn't know. I got to say this. I thought it was much earlier. You know what I mean? From like the previews and all that. I didn't think it was that
They had
like,
some
close.
scenes from an older time, I think, but
Huh.
they it was mostly based in like 2007, 2008.
Wow.
And I think it was another one of those movies that I think people claim to like it because you feel like you should. And if you say you don't like it, that might mean you're dumb.
Right.
Like,
Really?
oh, you're not an intellectual because you don't like that movie because it's a serious
Not
movie.
that
It
intellectual.
doesn't mean it's that great movie.
That's
I enjoyed it is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know about it as a movie. I thought it was well done. I thought it looked good. I liked the actors. And it was entertaining. They had these funny little cutout scenes, kind of like a Family Guy would do.
I like
they had
those
it was a fun. It was like a
cutaways,
fun movie. Like they did different,
Yeah.
and there was a lot of like unorthodox kind of stuff. Like they would kind of give you a little inside. Yeah, that's not really what happened, boy. This is what we're doing for the movie. Like they actually say that kind of
That's
stuff.
kinda cool.
So it was fun. I enjoyed it. I don't. Have any
We're going to
problem.
be going to see Deadpool with them coming real soon.
I don't think it's a good idea. Do you realize it's the day that it comes out? All right.
Thanks for tuning in. It's been a good show. Tune in next time to Not Real Radio. What happened? We don't do that anymore?
What
I
the?
don't like ending the show.
He
thing.
hasn't made the thing yet.
I'm
right?
working on it.
Oh, all right.
My bad.
I
I'm
didn't
sorry.
know. I was just asking. I was
No,
like,
mean,
I don't
have-
want to
I
keep
have-
doing it all
no,
by
no, I
myself.
have
It's not
this
fun.
We can do that.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I mean?
All right. So that brings us to the next subject here.
All right, let's go.
Allie is not a cat. I don't understand
How do you
that
know?
whole
How
thing.
the fuck do you
Where
know?
did this start? You watched a video about a chick that thinks she's a
No,
cat,
it did
and
not
now.
start with that.
No.
I always knew.
What do you mean new?
Not always, but the connection I felt with Squiz just from that one picture I saw of him kind of confirmed it. What I've always
Confirmed
kind of
what?
known.
What?
Well, I guess they would call it feline kin, but I'm not fully human.
I knew that.
So,
I don't
well,
think
yeah.
it's a cat.
No, it is a cat. Think about things that I do that cats do. There's quite a few traits that I have that I do, and things that I do like what's the word, like unconsciously, like I'm not thinking about it. And like if I want something from Mark, sometimes I just kind of scratch him on his arm a little bit, like softly, like, don't I do that to you?
Am I on trial here?
No, what I'm saying
Get
is
down to the bottom of this
I have
bullshit.
a case for why I'm feline.
Do you know how many animals tap another animal for attention?
I didn't tap you. I kind of did the claw thing.
Oh boy.
All right, so and then like the violent nuzzling. I found a video on that and sent it to you, and I said, "Who does that remind you of?" And yes, I did see a video about a chick that takes
That's
it.
true because she does get like all in your face. You know, a cat gets in your kind of in your face, and that's
Won't
when
let
you're
you
like,
go.
all right, no,
Yeah, isn't it
all
weird?
right.
Like we've been together for 2 years, and I'm too close. Like I can't get in his personal space. I didn't know this. It's good to know. But no, so like the video with the chick, she's taking it to an extreme for attention, obviously. She's like, I'm really a cat. And she's crawling around on all fours and she does weird shit, okay? That's fucking retarded. When I shared that video to you on Facebook, that was to show you that, look, there are other people who at least, she's mentally ill, but at least feels that she's kin to the felines. You know, when I was a kid, my dad hated cats for some reason. He fucking hates women. That's what the thing was. But anyway, he always thought of cats as a more feminine thing and dogs as dogs, you know, and dogs are love and cats are mean. And it's like, no, cats are fucking smart and they don't like you because you suck. Like, cats don't like people because people suck.
Right, dogs are very dumb. Their brains have been.
No, I've had some really intelligent dogs too.
Breed
But
it
what
out.
I'm saying is, I grew up like thinking my dad was cool. So I didn't. But every time I go to somebody's house and they had a cat, I would be hugging on that motherfucker. If they were nice and would let me, I would hug and kiss and love on them. And I always had a feeling like I love cats very much, you know, and I love most animals, you know.
This is beautiful.
But more in recent years, I've been really connecting with my inner feline.
All right.
And remember I said I think my cat, my spirit animal, is a cat. I do. I think my spirit animal
All right,
is.
that's different than saying you are a cat and you resemble cat
No.
traits or whatever.
It's all intertwined.
The fact that you go, all right, I feel drawn towards this animal. That's
It's
a
all
normal kind of thing. Like
it's all
everybody has a
intertwined.
favorite color.
It's all intertwined. Another thing, I'm really, really good at meowing. So I can do a lot of
I'm sold.
variations
She's
of
a
it.
fucking cat, man. Eh? Look at her.
When Katrina hit, there was this black cat that was walking around the shop by David, and you know, it was one of the only cats that I had like a true connection with, like where like we talked back and forth to each other. And when fucking the cat ended up running away, and it was very sad, but not from me. Like one of his kids took it home and tried to and it ran away. But this motherfucker would hang out with me anyway, and he would go, meow, and I would go, meow, and he'd go, meow, and like. You know, you can meow at a cat and they just look at you. Most cats right now, when I meow at them, they just look at me like, stop.
I usually go. They love it when you do that.
No, but dude, listen, really quick.
Okay.
This cat would go back and forth with me, and I would go, meow, and it would go, meow, and it
Oh,
would do
boy.
that as long
Sorry,
as
I
I would
missed
keep,
that.
as long as I would keep doing it.
Keep
it would
doing
keep
what?
doing it. It would make the same sound after, like back and forth. Meow, 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 meow. and I would do weird, and he would do it.
This is
And
not real radio.
my point is, it was very strange, but I was like,
Don't mean you're a cat.
no, that cat.
Like I whistled at a bird once
Look,
and whistled
dude.
back. I didn't go, I can fly.
You know how they say those fucking Pentecostals and shit? Listen to what I'm saying. They
Okay,
speak in
sorry.
tongues, right? They fucking let it loose and let the Lord speak through 'em. So
Anything for
basically,
attention.
and they don't know, well, I know, but they don't know what they're saying, right? So I didn't know what I was saying, but I knew that me and that cat had a conversation.
Okay, that's good.
My
You
point
know
is
what's the
this.
difference between you and cat? The cat's intelligent. I'm sure that cat's not sitting around, I think I'm a human.
My point is this. There's
What?
a cat. There's a cat part of it.
You know, it does have its advantages, Mayday. Now, every time she used the bathroom and flushes, I could be proud of her. Like, you're such a smart cat. Like, really sets the standard low. Like, everything she does, when she edits some of my just simple Facebook posts, I could be like, wow, you are such a smart cat.
I'm potty trained.
That cat's something I can't explain.
Anyway, so yeah, that's what it is. I love cats, and I love cat pictures, and people are like, I post too many cat videos. No, you don't. Never stop posting cat stuff.
Do you like Kevin's cat?
Shirt?
Yeah.
Oh, love it.
It is pretty funny with Toonces playing the what you call it or whatever.
And
Little
B Goat's
piano.
cat, Jack, I believe his name is. He's
Real quick.
freaking massive. I love him.
We got one more thing to get to, but before we do
Yeah.
that, House of Goats last night, incredible. I thought
Oh,
Kevin
dude.
lost it. I thought he was losing it. He got it back. His mojo is back. He actually looked like he enjoyed himself. He faced the crowd. He interacted with the crowd. Turtle got naked, acting like a mic stand.
That was very
holy
strange.
crap!
Yeah.
And he did a
Right?
good job. I don't
Yeah.
think I could have done that. Not
What,
that
the
like
mic
I wouldn't
stand?
get naked on stage
Both of
unless
them.
it seemed
Alright.
like if I got naked on stage, we really are struggling, and I need to quit. But Turtle's willing to do it, and it wasn't that. It was him holding the microphone. That's not easy.
Fucking awkward as hell.
Like
Yeah, it
trying
was.
to. What you think? I mean, he did a great job too.
He was very entertaining the whole night. The whole night was kind of rough for me until they got on, and it was very rewarding.
Oh, I agree.
gotta
fully.
say,
Those other
it-
bands were pretty excruciating.
and just taking forever to get going, and it's like, come on, guys, like move it along just
I
a little bit.
do not understand why there were 4 bands on that bill at all. Yeah. And I felt bad because the bands that came from out of town, nobody really saw them anyway.
You
And I
know
was like,
why?
That sucked.
Not real intelligence.
Okay. Well, anyway, I was glad that House of Goats was definitely worth the wait.
Oh, they are so worth it.
Definitely.
I'm really. It was good though, because you're made miserable, and you're like, "Fuck this," and then they get up there, and it's like, "Oh, that's why I was made miserable." It's
Right?
like a nice ending to a Revenant story. But yeah, incredible. And you know what's great about them? Like they do all the bullshit that we love, like the in between song
Yeah.
banter and
Yeah.
just that whole thing. Just them being them on stage is incredible. All 3 of them. Not Sean so much. No, I'm just playing. He was great. He kept yelling, "We're not playing fucking rape band."
Yeah, dude.
Oh, he reminds me of Davey where he picks his spot, and when Sean says something, it's like very impactful.
That's Sean.
That's right.
Yep. that's-
Very
yeah.
fun to interact with them.
Oh, yeah.
I hope they like. I don't want to go. Fuck, I'm ruining their
Right.
shit.
I don't
I'm
think
trying to
so.
like kind of add to it. I hope I do a decent job with that because I really enjoy it. They're so fun. Kevin and B Goat, especially because they're very vocal, but I'm sure Sean too. He's a very intelligent guy. He just doesn't run off at the mouth like the rest of us morons. But they, the amount of stuff they do, like entertaining in their thought process and their way they go about marketing and just developing something, making something,
Right.
creating something that doesn't exist before. Paper Chase will be doing House of Goats song within a year.
Y'all ready?
But they did a
having
great
fun,
job.
I gotta say too, this is a big part of it for me too, and having a fun time doing it.
Well, yeah, and you can feel that.
And
yeah.
that in turn makes me have a good time being there and interacting with
Yeah,
them.
it's interactive, and that's really important.
I wish I could see it for the first time again because you'd be watching this and you go,
right.
these guys are fucking horrible.
Right.
And then you start catching on, it's a joke. But then they go and play a song. I don't even really like that genre of music. Like, it's not something I go to. I enjoy when we're out, when it's done well. But they transcend the genre.
Oh, it's so
like,
good.
They shouldn't be that good. The song shouldn't be being...
Right,
Like,
right,
if you
right,
could
right,
play those
right.
songs that well, why are you doing all this other
right,
shit?
Right.
It's great.
And it makes the songs, I think, more impactful because they're like up and you're finally going to get a song.
I love you too, Chris.
But really good job. Like, I was very entertained. Those guys are like Cam Newton. They're on fire.
On
That Surge is doing well.
House.
Fucking Kevin is funnier than 90% of all of the comedians at an M Hog comedy night.
Dude, last
Kevin is
night I
funnier
said
than
they
all
should.
of them.
Last night I said, man, they should cancel M Hog comedy and just have Kevin stand up there for 2 hours. I felt bad for saying it, but he really is. He's fucking funny, dude. He is so
Incredible.
and so personable and so like he can go with the flow. Like a lot of those comedians that can't, number one, handle the hecklers. He knows how to handle that. He fucking was calling people out sitting at the bar and he was laughing at them to where
that
you
was
were
so
just
good.
like he was crying. I think.
Don't
at
tell
one point.
people they missed out.
It was
like,
so
fucking-
fucking funny.
Fucking so great. I mean,
They create real situations and they bring in the environment. Like, no, this is all happening right now, you know, and they try to get everybody's attention. It's
all three
really,
of those
and it
guys,
works.
they transcend mediocrity the moment they're on stage. Them
Yes.
doing a sound check
Every
transcends
time.
mediocrity.
I think they were doing, during their sound check, I think they were making fun of how one of the other bands did theirs, and I was laughing because they were doing like all this ridiculous shit, you know?
You caught on, Pickle.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
job. I miss Pickle. I need somebody new to kick. We need to get somebody
Yeah,
in there.
well.
I can't do it to Allie. That's not going to fare well for the rest of the week.
Thanks.
Speaking of Pickle, we actually have a slight treat, too. It was something brought to my attention by Smoking Buddha a couple of weeks ago before I pulled the plug on the whole thing and ruined my life. That if you play the Picklescoop show twice as fast, it's even more entertaining than it is, at regular speed. And so I found out he shows me on my podcast app, which if you don't have a podcast app and you're listening to this on YouTube, get a podcast app. Like, why are you listening to real radio when you can listen to not real radio? It's not that difficult, all you fucking old freaks. You're going to teach Mr. Harry how to make a meme. But I have no clue. Pickle, what the hell was I going to go to? Oh, I got it. I'm doing just fine. You see that?
Yeah.
Maybe I don't need Pickle. Be nice to kick somebody right now. Very close to you, Mayday. You bring up the rape again. Squeal like a pig. Look at me, Mayday.
Is he fucking a pig?
Kinda.
Wow.
In the Revenant, Leonardo the Predator's back.
Oh, my
Nice. All right.
It's kind of like a Revenant with Leonardo DiCaprio, but instead of crawling inside of a horse, they actually go inside of a human.
Okay.
So if you play Picklescoop twice as fast, it's actually very entertaining. I think
Let's see.
Mayday's got a little bit. What is this taken from? What'd you speed up?
It was actually the Harry and Crazy special.
Oh, really?
Oh, Harry,
Oh,
Christmas,
God.
and
little
Crazy New
wrap-up,
Year,
yeah.
whatever it is.
Yeah. So
A
it's
Crazy Christmas and a Harry New Year
got
from
it.
the
Yeah.
Picklescoop show.
Yeah.
Yep.
So let's see. To celebrate 420, we had Mr. Harry on to audition. He came on to audition for my role in the memes, which we later declared that he would be playing Robbie's father.
Yeah, the big undertaking. I agree with you.
In the memes. We discussed Mortal Kombat 10, big upcoming movies, the smoking ban in New Orleans bars, and tons more.
Oh, shit, that's new, huh?
The next week, we had tidbits, memes tryouts continued, and we discussed the possibility of a wrestling match between me and Buck Lightning.
Right, that's gonna happen.
The
You were glad
following
we fucked that shit up in that You want to do that? You would have done it. You wasn't going to do it.
No, we're gonna do it. If you do
That's the way along that line we did Pacquiao Mayweather.
either it's pickle man outfit, a chicken outfit, or a hot dog outfit. We're doing it.
That's after the show, bro.
Hey, if y'all really fucked, do you think you could beat him?
Oh, yeah.
Really? Boy, you didn't even hesitate. Really? Pissed off
I've got
Pickles.
lots of experience watching some of the best moves in wrestling.
You gotta remember too, Pickle's fucking sunshines and rainbows
He
most of the
climbs on top
time.
of the roof.
He suppresses his fucking anger. So if Pickle gets pissed off, he's fucking, don't do it.
Yeah, lightning only strikes once.
Yeah.
He's crazy.
Just got to make it through that first one.
He gets pissed off, it's scary. It's scary shit.
I
It's
can
scary shit. Fucking Darth Pickle.
He's like a bear in
The
the
following
woods.
week, we had Richard from Absence Project,
Oh, how great was that? I love the fuck out of Richard, man. What an interesting character.
and Pickle Dean made us Sundays that day.
Yummy.
I'm noting things that I saw on the list.
Self-promotion.
On the
Ridiculous.
list.
It's his own fucking show. He's self-promoting himself.
We celebrated Mother's Day with some more meme tryouts,
God,
Sunday
how
Night
fucking
Stars,
funny was Mother's Day? That
and
is
show
always-
reviews.
that is always a weird
Age of
show.
Ultron reviews. And if you remember, the picture was a pregnant picture of me.
Oh, God, yeah. It's so fucking weird.
Leading up to that.
That show is always uncomfortable. Mayday always does something so inappropriate. It's great.
It's either my baby or fucking Pounders' baby. That's really what's come down to.
You lost it.
Oh, you lost it.
That is gross.
Good. I don't have no money for fucking child support, bitch.
Let's see. The next week, we had the PPV guys on, and we went and watched Mad Max with them.
Yes, incredible movie, incredible people. There was another, over the last year, our relationship with them is incredible. It's one of the things that actually brings my life a little bit of joy.
Dude, that's brilliant.
Thank you.
And to give you an idea of something big that was going on in pop culture around that time, at the same time, that was when we started seeing all the furloughs at Bluebell because of the listeria. Like the ice cream place.
Oh, it just came back. Right.
I remember that.
Yeah. Bob Pick was still going strong.
Oh, Jesus. Bob Pick is excited.
Let's see.
He's always excited. He's not excited
The
about
following week, Drum Squad and more memes tryouts, more Sunday Night Stars, and Pickle with the news.
Right.
We actually ended the show early because of inclement weather.
Wow. Really?
Bob Pick was really excited about that. Let's see. The next week,
it's like a Bob Pick documentary.
Yeah. The next week, severe flooding by Southport during the Lou Fest.
Oh,
yeah,
how great was that?
Southport,
Where I
Lake
almost got
Southport.
my car stuck.
Really
Oh yeah, very
fuck,
good.
but they got alcohol.
Let's see. We did a Zombies Eating Show recap.
Tommy's eating show.
Mayday had his annual Children's Hospital Marathon thing that week.
Broke
It was
records
on
this year.
television again.
Broke records, you hear me?
Mayday
A lot of money.
continued to draw
Children's Hospital, very good.
Autism for autism.
Autism. Oh,
Keep your fucking hands off the autistic kids, man. Fuck.
fuck that.
Also noticed,
It was a good show. Tune in next week when no one is on.
Right.
Bye, Birdie.
also noticed that week, Mayday continued to draw little pictures
Mayday.
of Muhammad at the Muhammad cartoon.
Oh, yeah, cut that shit out real quick.
On top
Put
of
Bob in
Mosque
there and
and
kill him.
Phoenix.
That's how he gets him in the fucking ice cream van. Fucking.
During that
Sorry.
show, we received the pyramid from the Lone Pickle.
That's killing me.
Another one of Devin's characters. After what he did to Rob Space, it's all there.
That was pretty long. That was pretty long.
God, and him describing it on the show didn't make it any better.
Yeah.
I knew I was fucked, so I just started smearing the black. And I went like, oh god, I could see him with his hands smearing Rob's face. God damn, Rob should have fucking choked him.
That's fantastic. I love the story.
The next week, we had Hollabach and Tom Jones, and we did a reading from his piece, The NSA.
Tom Jones. It's not unusual.
It's not
unusual to be loved by anyone.
Is that when Hollabrag busted in and was like, yeah, started barking orders and shit?
Yeah, okay, we're gonna need you guys to stand over here so I can take care of this. First, we're gonna do this. Oh, wait, no, I need to do this. And then here's the script that I brought. Mayday, I need you to do sound effects. And
Okay, I'm still going.
no, that's all I had. I don't remember the rest.
He comes back on again. This is the first time.
This was the first time I did one.
We gotta get him back on just to see how weird
I like
it is.
Hollaback.
Let's see.
He's a professional. He's Pickle.
Right.
The following week, we flew solo, but we began to hear about the Mibra story.
Yeah, me, bro. That was a great invention.
Me, bro.
Brown
Decision
decision.
2016 began to take shape as B-Wiz officially entered his name into the race.
Right.
Yeah, it's been quiet with that lately, and I think that's because it's about to change course. It's almost time to pick the two candidates and see who's going to face off as president. It slowly started to go to shit when Beaver Wizard pulls out, then Buck Lightning pulls out the race.
Wow.
Whoa.
Lightning bolt
People are
out.
dropping. Squiz is still in the race, though. A dead cat. Who would have thought? Devin is doing great. Anybody, but Devin is actually starting to increase in popularity. Devin's doing a really good job out there, and it's so weird because it directly reflects the bullshit election that's going on out there.
Right.
Okay. So it's kind of funny. I think each candidate can be looked at similar to somebody actually running.
I don't want to go. But,
Let's see. On that same show,
Right.
No, to go back to sleep.
Satisfy your body right
Fucking
now.
Bob Dylan's on the line.
Go back to
Okay.
bed.
that same show, we discussed the flipped over flyer controversy.
Right.
Oh, the fountain blue flyer flipper?
Yes.
I know it's funny.
There was
when
talk of a serial killer in the New Orleans area, killing people along the
Chopping them up,
interstate.
throwing them out the window, yeah.
And that was
Also,
also
let's get rid
the
of it.
official birthday of P Entertainment.
That's metal as fuck, man. Do you realize that happened?
What?
Like somebody threw body parts severed, body parts out of on the interstate and body parts hitting people's cars
It
and
is fucked
shit.
up because
Let the
That's so
bodies hit the
fucking
car.
awesome.
Let the bodies hit the car.
Let the bodies hit
The
the...
thing is,
That was pretty intense. Well, y'all got your
Chinese
comment.
restaurants. A Chinese restaurant would pay for all that fucking meat, man. That's a waste of money.
It wasn't dogs, dude. It was people.
It's okay.
Oh. No, I guess they serve dogs too.
Got a leg.
Let's see. The next
Another
week,
leg. Get a wing.
we had Darren and Chrissy come on.
Oh, that was cool. Really
And
good
they
show.
talked about the
I
aerial
like dogs
show.
now. I like dogs now, so dogs don't go with Chinese food anymore. But fucking cats. Cats are all in that shit. It's cats and people. Sorry, I'm sorry.
And the cat's in the kettle at the Peking booth. You heard that, Mayday? Oh, it's good.
So
That's
we,
my jam.
we heard more of
Chinese
Sunday
food,
Nights of Sunday Night Stars. And was Bob Pick still around? Yep.
Jesus Christ, the
He's still
Bob
alive.
Still alive.
Bob's still alive.
Lil Devin came
Bob
on
picking his nose.
and threw his name into the hat for Decision 2016.
Right.
Whine and
Downhill since
Cheese
then.
was born during that week.
Why you pointing at me?
Well,
Why don't you
well,
snap at me next?
Birth of wine.
Wine and
That
cheese.
same week, Like Water put out a sample of their very first song.
Really? Is that how it went? Boom. Maybe I
Oh,
was playing
shit.
some of that. Why is it raining?
I'm standing out in the rain. So apparently water falls out of the sky sometimes. I don't understand it. I'm not a meteorologist.
Falling on my head.
Oh, man.
Wow.
All right, I'm glad that never has to happen again.
Wow. God.
Dude, that's pretty funny.
Jeez.
Maybe we ought to speed this show up. That's how you listen to it. Twice as fast. We actually sound like we're good at what we do.
We do.
I like myself faster.
There's some really funny shit in there.
Oh, yeah, it was really good. We were on a roll. What a great cast. That's what I'm saying. We destroyed a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
well, it's over now.
Yeah, but-
So I'll pull the plug.
yeah, but we
Burn that bridge right down. We ain't going back nowhere.
Yeah,
Just us on this little island.
but see what we're doing now. Obviously,
I'm glad I stayed, boss.
we're rebuilding.
Thank you for that elephant.
I don't care.
What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, it's not real building.
One more at a time.
Oh, man. It's so nice to get a Lima. I missed
God, right?
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Obviously, we're still doing pretty much the same
it.
thing.
No. Dude, to sum up the whole show, I hope Pickle continues. I hope Cheese continues to make money. And I hope we continue. And everything kind of grows. And maybe, look, I want to clip up all the shows and play them on this show. It's easier for me. If they all stop, we lose material. And I need material. Tired.
$1,000 we were going to get paid.
That's
That's
good,
a lot
Cheese.
of money,
Proud of you.
man.
Rolling in the dough there. They're well upon their way for an SUV. Or what is it, an RV?
SUV.
They're gonna have paper chase and pink. It's gonna be a big pink bus.
That's what's gonna
Yeah,
be
do
making
bachelor
it for them.
parties and all
it's
that.
gonna have
What's
the
an
little-
RV like donuts?
Maybe they can get the breast cancer awareness people to pay for it, and they can drive it around.
I bet you they could.
Put some big pair of titties on there.
Uh-huh.
Perfect. Throw CDs out the back.
Yeah.
Guerrilla marketing. She's gonna get him a new dog that does tricks. He's wearing makeup in no time. Guarantee he's at least putting on blush now. Concealer or something
It's
if he's
true.
got a little zit.
It's true.
Look, I don't wear makeup, but I mean, I had this pimple. I can't get on stage like that.
No, I kind of don't blame him for that if he does do that.
Well,
God damn it,
maybe sometimes that's going to happen.
Right. If you have like a really big red fucking thing, you got to do something about
Nah, man. Nah.
Steve, don't do that.
Nah.
it. Yeah, well, I mean,
Well, I'm already looking for next week, guys. I can't wait.
me too. I'm tired.
It was good, boy. I really feel a lot better now.
Yeah, it felt like I got something off my chest, like a little bit of closure for me. Kind of just deep
Yeah.
breath. you
Yeah,
know?
we did. We did get to at least, say how we felt, and for everybody to know at once. It's the easiest ways to do it like this. So,
Yeah.
plus everybody else did already. So,
I'd like to say to the Podfather, man, thank you for all you did.
yes.
And we hope to continue to do things together. Like, I really do.
I agree to those terms.
He should not quit. Just take what he does and what he knows and what he wants to do. And he doesn't have to be burdened by us anymore. This is kind of like an opportunity, not, something bad. We didn't
Right.
kill 2 things. We created 8,
Right.
hopefully. What you giggling about?
I don't like you.
I still love you. He's still the boss. He just can't give me orders. Don't snap at me, Pickle. I miss him already. We need a new pickle in here. I need a pickle.
We have some in the refrigerator.
And as far as cheese goes, man, I love you just from a distance now.
From
love
a
it.
distance.
Hopefully, time. You know how time passes by and things change and you come to different realizations. And we could be totally wrong. We could have just been little whiny bitches that got our feelings hurt. But at the same time, I'm just like, I don't want to be responsible for your decisions. And like Mayday said earlier about the ass grabbers, just think we all deserve a little better level of respect out there for everybody, for each other. Like we can, and people now that me and Cheese broke up, they now now they like to join the Zartome army. That's now that we're going to headhunt Cheese.
Zartome.
But I'm like, man, I don't hate the guy. Some people really hate that dude for things he says in his opinion, and I don't. That's not the case for me. I mean, God forbid I can't say what I want. We have to edit the show. But I've always respected Cheese, and I've always looked at him and go, does he really think that, or is he using that as a bit? So there's always that element of don't let yourself get too emotionally attached to what he says. Just take it as for what it is, entertaining to listen to.
Right, like kind of like trolling,
Right. But other people don't feel that way. But
Jesus, right?
that's not what.
Yeah, other
It's
people
the
do.
other decisions
Take it
of real things, like just putting, if you're doing something for money, then anything you're doing with me is second hat, and I can't be that invested. Dude, I pour my heart and soul and time and attention into a project when I do it, to have it just somebody else be able to take it away like that. And man, what would it take for him to quit Whine and Cheese? Not much. He fucked over DP faster than that, I'm like, man. You just can't invest in somebody. Like if he's willing to pay what is it, $250? I'll come and do the show. Like, but I need my return now. I can't wait hoping that it's going to come one day, because you obviously will just drop it for the next highest bidder. So, unfortunately, that's the case with that. With that being said, I can't wait till next week when all that. I'm sure this drama is going to completely go away.
Oh, yeah.
February 27th, Twist the Lime, Zombies Eating Sheep. The Jukebox Heroes, also known, Kusman's a big fan of this name, Elder 360.
Elder 360.
And the House of Goats, the most overrated band in the city right now. Best front man.
Man, the House
even
of
better
Goats
than
fucking
Bobby.
whoring themselves out, huh? They're playing everybody's birthday show.
No shit, huh?
No,
Just another birthday for them.
Hey, dude, I'm glad, though. I'm glad I'm one of their birthdays. Their many birthdays.
And the most entertaining act in the city. If you're going to have a party or a reason to play, you got to have the House of Goats. And I can't wait till they have to start saying no to people.
Oh, yeah, it's going to be
Like,
cool.
that's good times. But if you don't know who House of Goats is, you got to go check them out. We're actually going to go check out Cerebral Drama tonight. for Robalon's birthday. We'll get a review on all that
Babylon,
next
it's
week.
actually starting like right now. So.
Yeah, we're going to have a review of that next show. Hope you enjoyed it. Look, really, send us an email, notrealradio@gmail.com. Send us your comments, your complaints, things maybe you think we should talk about. Or if you're promoting something, we'll try to talk about it and at least give it a review or check it out. If you're listening on YouTube, SoundCloud, iTunes, your favorite podcast app, we're available pretty much everywhere. Not Real Radio. It's been a good show. Thank y'all, Allie, Mayday. It was fun.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Transcend reality. Good night.